All right, guys. I hope everyone is having, whoops, a good day. We just went down to article, got the image. What is up, Misplay? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, you are first, dude. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. Um, Luke Cage just dropped, guys. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at the article right here. And let me get things configured here with the chat. What is up, Shbi? Yeah, you're quick too, guys. We're all quick here. All right. Are you guys excited for Luke Cage? I actually just finished the Disney Plus show. Yeah. Um, yeah, I thought season one was better, but I didn't mind season two. But yeah, I just finished it. So all my Luke Cage lore is from the show. I don't really know too much about him in the comics, but I'm excited to see what they do with him. I actually really want another 14 plus, hit point hero with like that 4 hand size. And I'm excited to see now what they do with that, and if they can actually make that like a very strong hero that's like fun to play. Shpi says, I'm most excited for Jessica. Yeah, she was really cool. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and jump into Luke Cage here, guys. All right, so he is unbreakable, presenting a first look at the Luke Cage hero pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. Okay, what are we thinking is gonna be? Is it gonna be like tough stats cards? So we have Luke Cage right here. I got skin like steel and muscles to match Luke Cage. While wrongly imprisoned, Luke Cage was subjected to an experimental treatment that gave him superhuman strength and impenetrable skin. With his newfound powers, he took to the streets as a hero for hire, working side by side with his friends to protect their city from the criminals vying to control it. Now, serving as both a defender and as mayor of New York, he's going to be mayor here with this snapshot of the hero that we got right here. Luke uses his natural skills as a leader to keep his hometown safe. Fantasy Flight Games is proud to announce Luke Cage Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. Hydra says, link please. Oh, sorry guys. Let me put the link here in the chat for y'all. Article link. I knew I forgot something. Okay, let me pin this comment for you guys. All right, that should be good. Yeah, so if you want to check out the article, it is a pinned chat right there in the chat. So check it out right there. Okay. Let me see. Let me fix this. All right. A tough as nails defender with a heart of gold, Luke Cage smashes into the scene with this expansion pack, which introduces him as a playable hero alongside his 15 signature cards. Built with a pre-built leadership deck, because he is mayor here. To bolster his allies, you'll be able to stare down the villains with Luke's unbreakable skin and equally unbreakable will from the moment you open the box. With the ability to stack tough status cards, okay, this is very Colossus-like, and powers way through the gnarliest fights. Luke Cage is a sturdy hero. I love the word gnarliest there. Luke Cage is a sturdy hero at welcome at any table. All right, guys, let's see what he's got going on. Okay. Oh, what the? Oh, that's surprising. He has 10 hit points here only, and he's a regular 5 hand size hero. So that's a little bit surprising. So Power Man Luke Cage was originally Power Man, as a man known for being nearly indestructible, both literally and figuratively. It makes sense that Luke Cage, as a playable hero, is one tough cookie. So I wonder if he's going to be like a Colossus, guys. I wonder. All right, Luke Cage here, he has 4 recoveries, so he has above average recovery, which makes sense. Civilian, 6 hand size and 10 hit points. So he's got the regular type of like stat line here. He's got less hit points than Jessica Jones. And then he has the above average recovery there. So, okay. Unbreakable skin. Luke Cage can have any number of tough status cards. What? Attacks against Luke Cage lose piercing. It's the same thing on his hero side. So you cannot pierce off toughs. And Colossus can only have 2 toughs. Luke Cage can have any number of toughs. So like, I'm thinking like put on like just build toughs every single turn, get like 10 toughs, and then they're unpierceable. Okay, that sounds really cool. That sounds like he should have a 4 hand size in hero form, but he has a 5 hand size. What the heck? That is pretty cool. As an action, search your deck and discard pile for the Burstein process upgrade and add to your hand limit once per phase. Okay, so you have like a little tutor card or tutor effect here, similar to like Thor's Mjolnir or his worthy ability. So that's a really good effect. You get a 7-card hand size in on turn 1. That's a really good ability. Search your deck and discard pile. Okay, so far he's looking really good. He's looking really, really cool. Okay. Hero form, 2/2/1 stat line. So like this doesn't matter that he has 1 defense because he can stack on toughs like limitlessly, which is really powerful. And he's got 2 Thor. I don't know if that makes sense. Menoma, welcome to chat. Just finished work. Nice. You haven't really missed anything. We just started reading the article here. And the big thing with Luke Cage is that he can have any number of tough status cards. So he can have like 10 tough status cards and attacks against him lose piercing. That's insane, guys. That is absolutely insane. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so hero form, he's got the defender trait here. Haijung says 10 hit point for a tough guy. That's rude. Yeah. 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 Okay. Force. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Here we go. Force response. Okay. This might be the detriment to Luke Cage here. After a tough stats card is this card from Luke Cage, he takes 1 unpreventable damage. Okay. I like that. Ignoring the tough. So, oh, that's actually really thematic, guys. If you guys have seen the Luke Cage show, on Disney Plus, basically, if he gets hurt and they need to like give him medicine or something like that, his skin is still impenetrable. So like Claire is like the night nurse, right? And then she'll like try like give him like medicine or whatever, but she can't put any needles on his body because needles all break. So I feel like that encapsulates that perfectly. Like he still takes damage, but he has a bunch of tough stats cards on him still. And then the damage kind of ignores that tough each time you lose a tough. So that's kind of like your downside. So he's still going to actually take damage throughout the course of a game. It's just much less than normal heroes because you're only taking 1 damage at a time where you have all those tough stats cards. And guys, please like the video if you're enjoying it. It helps push the video to more people. Let's try to get the likes up to like, I don't know, 20. That would be awesome, guys. Beowulf, welcome to chat, dude. Yeah, right on time. Spee says, always love the tough here. He'll be vulnerable to a lot of pings, which is kind of cool. Yeah. It's so thematic. I really like that ability. And I think that balances kit out really well too, because, and we're just talking about to have 5 hand size and have unlimited toughs. That's really good. He should have 4, but with this type of force response, I think having 5 is fair because he is going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, matter of welcome to chat. You definitely called it. Okay. So let's see what this is. In fact, tough is probably the best thing word to describe him as both his alter ego and his hero form. So those are identity cards there. Have the same ability, Unbreakable Skin. The simple yet potent ability. I like that it's very simple too. Allows Luke to have any number of toughs and makes him immune to piercing attacks. Yeah, I like that because Colossus can just get pierced. I think that's thematic too, that Luke is invulnerable to piercing. This means that given enough time, you can use cards like the Bernstein process. Okay, what is this card? I hope it's a one-time upgrade. Okay, so it's a 2-cost upgrade called the Bernstein process. Condition, alter ego action, exhaust it, give Luke Cage a tough, and 2 if he has none. So this is like a way to get a tough every single time you're an alter ego. So you float down to alter ego, obviously you use it once. The next turn you start off an alter ego, you use it again. Okay. Beowulf says, this is my favorite hero from Defenders. Yeah, he looks very unique and very fun so far. Infectious Zombie, want to chat. Mind blown on this one. Wasn't sure how they were going to differentiate from Colossus. Yeah, I think they did. I keep on saying this, guys. This wave is so good. Like, I can't believe that because I was feeling like, okay, they give him like the ability to stack toughs. That's kind of boring. Like we have Colossus, but dang, like this is what we want from like, it feels like he's going to feel more like Luke Cage than Colossus. You know what I mean? With the ability to take damage through your toughs. It really encapsulates that Luke Cage type of like vibe, which is really cool. Mega says he's going to be switching to alter ego a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure. Misplay says, bro just checked out some of the article and looks so good. Nice. Defenders are about to crush. Yeah, ready for a fight once again. Oh, I think ready for a fight's going to be really, really good with him. Oh, yeah. Good shout out, Haijung. Ready for a fight. Oh, yeah, because you get to flip down to alter ego. You can use this to get more toughs. And then you flip up, you just take a damage, right? And if you need to recover after like 4 turns of taking, 4 ping damage, then that's fine. Yeah, I wonder if he has other ways to get touched because one thing that I like to do with abilities like this, and you guys know that with my Thor playthroughs, with Worthy, I don't actually like play Mjolnir. So like it seems like there's only going to be one copy of the Burstein process here. But if you don't actually play the Burstein process, but it seems like a really good card to play anyways. But if you don't play every time you flip down to Ardigo, you get +1 to your hand, right? You get essentially like a scientist ability, like a resource generation with this action right here. So I'm not sure. It depends the rest of his kit. If he has other ways to get tufts, if it looks like he has plenty of ways to easily gain tufts, I might not even play this, even though it's a really good card to play, just to always have the extra economy when I flip down. But this is like kind of like the only way for me to get tufts. Then I probably want this down as soon as possible to help start accumulating those tough status cards. It's gonna be fun putting like so many like tough tokens on your identity card. That's gonna be super fun. Okay, so he can stack up a dizzying power tufts, making Luke effectively immune to damage from outside sources. In order to balance this, yeah, so it's very good balancing here. Luke's hero form has a force response effect that deals him 1 unpreventable damage whenever one of his tough status cards is discarded. Unpreventable damage is just as it sounds, it's unpreventable and therefore completely ignores any additional toughs. Okay, yeah. So it's going to bypass the tough there. So you can't use another tough to block the damage you take from losing the first tough. Yeah. Still, a point of damage is a fair price to pay, but you can flat out ignore whatever damage numbers event throws at you. Yeah, for sure. That's like Spider-Ham-esque, right? Even against low attack villains, stacking toughs is still worthwhile. Yeah, Luke can like just stay and play and let the minions hit him, and he'll be taking 1 damage for each like big minion hit, you know? Like villainous minions are nothing for Luke Cage. Since Luke can use them to fuel his other abilities, he's gonna be like Colossus, using toughs to fuel other abilities. So it may be hard to stack a bunch of toughs then. For example, you can spend a tough status card to bounce Knuckle Sandwich back to your hand. 1 cost event, Knuckle Sandwich. Okay, I'm digging the art here. It's attack event. Do 3. Okay, so another low damage attack event here. Do 3 damage to an enemy. You may discard a tough status card from Luke Cage to return this event to your hand. Okay, I'm not. This is definitely a little bit underwhelming. Unless he has more ways to gain toughs. Right now, it seems a little bit underwhelming for him to get toughs this way. Or like to like discard a tough to get this back to hand. Because 1 for 3 is good, but it's a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's like low board impact, but it's just very cheap, right? They're doing a lot of like cheap stuff nowadays. Yeah, that's pretty interesting there. Okay. Let me do a poll here as we continue on, guys. Okay, let's do a poll here. What are you guys thinking about? How do you feel about how Luke manages toughs? Love it, neutral, and hate it. So like the thing I'm thinking about right now is, obviously I have to compare him to Colossus. Let's actually pull up Colossus really quick. The thing with Colossus is that Colossus, I think, has the easiest way to gain a tough. And it's going to be with Stew Skin, right? Because after you change the form, you get a tough. So you get a tough every single time you flip up to hero form. Luke Cage doesn't have that, but he can have unlimited toughs. So like, I'm really hoping for in his kit we have other ways, but it looks like the Bernstein process, so I can't say this word, Burstein, might be the only way, and it's through alter ego. So yeah, I mean, it's 2 toughs the first time, but you only get 1 tough after that. So it looks like maybe the way to play Luke Cage is to have him lose all of his toughs and gain 2 with this instead of getting 1. Because then you get more value from this card, and you're kind of like managing your toughs, right? So like whenever I saw that Luke Cage can have a number of toughs, I thought that, okay, let's put 10 toughs on him. But now that looks like it's a little more difficult to accrue those toughs. I feel like maybe we want to keep it around like, 1, 2, or 3 toughs, and then like get 2 each time that we're using this. You know what I mean? Heroic Skeleton, welcome to the chat. How's he looking? He's looking really fun. He's looking definitely the most balanced of the defenders so far. Yeah, he looks way more balanced than like Daredevil and Jessica Jones. Shbi says hidden base. Hidden base would be great. I think protection Luke Cage sounds really fun. 2 for 6. Yeah, so like the 1 for 3. Or 3 for 9 isn't bad. Yeah. You got a surplus of toughs, but I wouldn't play just the once. Yeah. As an S tier Colossus player, this guy's broken. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. The thing is, to talk about the attack event a little bit more. So like, It is 3 for like, so basically it's 1 for 3, which makes it 2 for 6, and which makes it 3 for 9. Yeah. 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 Yeah, so it's yeah, but then you're losing 3 toughs for that if you're doing it that way, I guess. Yeah. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure on my thoughts on that. You guys are voting neutral so far. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. It comes back to your hand after you play it, allowing you to either immediately play again or use it as a resource to place for something else. Speaking of resources, Sweet Christmas. Awesome. We're getting Sweet Christmas. If you guys don't know, Luke Cage says that instead of cursing. He goes, Sweet Christmas has its cost reduced for each tough on Luke. Okay, what does this do? Holy cow. Okay, it is Sweet Christmas here. I thought it'd be a resource generator type card. 5 cost event. Very expensive, but it's going to get reduced, right? Attack, reduce the cost player's card by 1 for each tough on Luke. Hero action attack, do 5 to the villain and each minion engage with you. Oh, wow. That is Sweet Christmas right there, guys. That is very, very cool. Okay. Okay, so I like this a lot. I like this a lot. I like his design a lot. So this card incentivizes you to like stack a bunch of toughs, right? I keep on getting pulled for like I don't want to play a lot of toughs, or I do want to like get a lot of toughs on him. So this card, like if you can get like 10 plus toughs, it's free to play. It's free to play. It's a 0 cost event that does 5 damage so to the villain. So that's kind of like Hercules' gift of battle. You get all his gifts out, but it also does each minion engage with you. So yeah, that's a really good incentive to like just stack on your toughs and have unlimited toughs, right? Like 10 plus toughs. But then obviously with the burst time process, you only be getting 1 tough per proc of this. So there's like an incentive to play him with like low toughs or like accrue toughs, right? That's pretty fun. That's pretty cool. I like the design space there. That's a lot sweeter. Yeah, yeah. Guys, let's try to get the likes on the video to 50. Please like the video if you haven't already. It helps the channel out a lot. I just found out that it does that. Minimum says even if you only get down to say 2 costs. Yeah, yeah. Let's see here when it would be efficient. I say, yeah, yeah. So I think Bill said 3 for 5 AoE most likely. Yeah. I think if you get this down to 3 costs, it's already above curve. Like, yeah, 3 costs for this type of event is better than all these other AoE type of hits. Like for example, Iceman's got the Ice Blast, so we can pull it up for comparison here. But yeah, I think the sweet spot is going to be 3. We look at Ice Blast. We have several events like this for other heroes kits. 3 cost event. You do 3 damage to the villain, and for each minion engaged with the player. So essentially what the Ice Blast does. And a lot of other heroes have this too. Like Nick Fury has a card like this. So yeah, Sweet Christmas. If you get it down to 3, it's better than all of them because it does 5 instead of 3 damage AoE. Usually we see the 3 damage AoE. This would do 5. So yeah, if you get it 3, it's already better than other hero cards. If you get it down to 2 cost, yeah, it's very, very good at 2 costs. Even just a 2 for 5 is like not bad, right? But it's 2 for 5 AoE. And then obviously 1 cost is amazing. 0 cost is just insane. Like we're gonna definitely do a card count here to see how many copies of this, because this is definitely a card that I want multiple copies of in his kit. That's a 7 out of 15 card. What is the Knuckle Sandwich? 4 out of 15. It looks like we're gonna have 3 copies of this card. Okay, so he's gonna have a lot of damage in kit. Seems like kind of the opposite of Jessica Jones, where she has a lot of thwarting. He has a lot of damage. She says kind of great, like with tough accumulation, as opposed to usage. Yeah, yeah. Maffer says probably 2 copies. Yeah, maybe for Sweet Christmas. Okay. While Power Man refunds you a card in hand when one of your toughs is discarded. So this is similar to this, like Colossus is Iron Will, then, right? Power Man's a title card, 1 cost upgrade. He responds after a tough is this card from Luke. Exhaust it to draw a card. After a tough. Oh, okay, okay. It's kind of like a worser Iron Will, because Iron Will, you guys don't know. I'm gonna put it up here again. Iron Will is pretty broken because Iron Will, it doesn't exhaust. That's the big thing with this card. So comparing this to Colossus, say this card as well. Sorry guys, we're gonna be doing a lot of Colossus comparisons here. Matt, Bill Wolf says, can you look at his stats? He's 2-2-1, 2 Thor, 2 attack, and 1 defense. So Colossus here has 2 cost upgrades, so it is more expensive, but you get +1 Thor. And here response after a tough is discarded, you can draw a card. And this is not exhaust. So if you lose 2, 3, 4, 5 toughs a turn, you draw 5 cards from this card in 1 turn. For the Power Man here, you have to exhaust it, so just 1 tough, you draw a card per turn. It's a 1 cost upgrade, which makes it cheaper. So yeah, it's a fine card. I think that it's kind of needed for Luke. It's kind of like his economy card. Um, yeah, yeah, and even during the villain phase, right? So if you lose a tough during the villain phase, you have to exhaust a card, and if you lose a tough from the player phase, this card stays exhausted, right? Because only once per round can you use this, right? Okay, yeah, it just feels lackluster after comparing it to Colossus, you know. Um, while the Burstein process is a reliable source of toughs, Luke's gonna want a few more ways. Okay, here we go. Here we go. A few more to really stack them high, which is where cards like Stand With Me come in handy. Okay, here is the card. Bill was his hand size of 5. Yes, yeah. He's got the 5 hand size though. Okay, Stand With Me. Hopefully this is a great way to get a tough. 2 cost event. It's a Thwart event. Hero action Thwart. Give Luke Cage a tough. Okay, I like that a lot. Okay, that's really good. Remove 1 threat from a scheme for each tough on Luke. And it's capped at 5. Ooh, okay. The design is interesting for sure because it can be very good, but you need to actually like set up for it. So if you're early game and you have no toughs, you're trying to build out your toughs, you probably don't even want to play this. No, no, no. You know what? You know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. Because if we look at it in the lens of like a 2 cost event to get a tough, and just think about the Thwart as cherry on top, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, yeah, because it's a 2 cost, yeah, for a tough, like, what's that basic card called? It's called, like, Invulnerable or something like that? Invulnerable? Hope I got the name right. Nope, that's not it. Invulnerability? Yeah, this card right here. So there's a 3 cost event, um, 3 cost event, give your hero a tough stats card, right? And we got Luke Cage here on the art. So we compare Stand With Me to that. I mean, this is strictly better, right? Let's say you have no toughs, you play this, you get a tough, which is worth 2 costs, and you ping off 1 threat. So I think that's not bad at all. I think it's not bad. Minimum says, I think I'm veering towards accumulating rather than spending toughs right now. Yeah, I think there's more value to accumulating the toughs than keeping it low and getting more value from Burstein process. Yeah. The fact that Dynamic Duo can be played by everyone is wild. Okay, is that like a team up card? Says you always start with this upgrade that gives them 2 toughs. Even early game, this card is 2 for. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. So that's a good point. Like if you play the burst time process first, but like I think that it would depend on the villain situation and what's already on the table, like what starts off. Because obviously you get burst time process to your turn 1 hand, right? So you have 7 cards in your hand, but to play this card, it's gonna be 3 ER, 3 effective resources. So then on your first turn, you're down to 4 cards in hand, but you get 2 toughs. So you know what? I think you're right, Void. I think that that's worth going down to 4 card hand size to get 2 toughs by using this action on turn 1, because usually you want like a play an ally to like help you block or something like that. But you're okay with just having 4 cards left because you got this thing out, you know. And then it gives you 2 toughs will help you stall for 2 turns and give you like more time to build. And Luke, it's not like he has 1 Thor; he's got 2 Thor, so his Thoric is going to be able to cover him pretty well. So I think that he's one of the heroes that I probably do want to play the burst time process on turn 1. So yeah, I think the Thor event becomes a lot better then. Where is it? Yeah, because if you're taking off 3 threat for 2, that's already kind of the average for heroes. Like 2 cost event to remove 3 threat, and then plus you get a gimmick for a hero. So I think giving a tough is a great gimmick, not only for Luke, but it's just getting a tough is just very high value, like in general. So I think that's very, very good. He feels closer to Groot than Colossus. Yeah, I can see that. Like for accumulating toughs and doing stuff with that, versus like Colossus is kind of like regenerating the toughs and turning into like Colossus form by getting the toughs. You know, that's a great dichotomy to play around. I agree. I think it's really unique design. He should have probably stacked toughs because his card gets him chipped and weakens his main 2 events. Yeah. I think stacking toughs. Yeah, I definitely agree, with you guys. That stacking toughs is the way to go. We're at with the poll right here. You guys voted for neutral. You guys aren't. Oh, what is up with the poll here? I typed Luke Manges, so Luke Cage. Sorry about the typo there, guys. Okay, so no one hates it, but 40% of you guys love it, and then 59% of you guys are just neutral about his toughs. Let's do another poll here. Would you stack toughs playing Luke Cage. Yeah. I think stacking tufts is the way to go. Like try and get to like 10 tufts would be really, really nice, I think. Okay, so that's a great event there. Speaking of thwarting, Luke's wife and crime fighting partner. Ooh, Jessica Jones, signature ally here. Okay, are we predicting 3 thwart on the ally? What? 1 thwart. Okay, but oh man, okay. Okay, so 3 cost ally, 3 hit points, 1 thwart, 2 attack, but she gets +1 thwart for each tough on your identity to a max of 4. I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Okay, this is really good. This is a really good ally. Yeah, even more incentive to stack on toughs with Luke Cage. She goes up to +4, so that means she has 5 thwart if you get enough toughs. So I think you definitely want to get enough toughs for a 3 cost ally to thwart for 5. 3 activations of that is bonkers. Heroic Gun says it's nuts. Yeah, it is nuts. 5 thwart. Yeah, it's crazy. Infectious Zombie says, yeah, please guys get some more likes on the stream. It really helps the channel out and it just pushes the video to everyone. Thank you, Infectious Zombie, for the reminder here. Skeleton says Jessica Jones is cool. Yeah. Oh, he has bracers too. Okay, I'm excited to see what the bracers do. Manfred says Iron Fist will have Assault and he's gonna have like a separate Kung Fu martial arts deck that will gain bonuses. Okay, I'll remember this. If they have that. Manfred says liked and shared as always, pal. Thank you so much, Manfred. I always appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna remember this if Iron Fist has a separate Kung Fu deck. That's interesting. Okay, let me see here. So yeah, Jessica Jones is, oh man, she's crazy. If we were to get enough toughs on Luke, yeah. So we definitely want to include stuff. I don't even know if this is a card that we want to put because this card's not really good value. Like 3 costs very expensive, but like if Luke can just get to like I like 10. If we get to 10, like we are solid here. Manfred says since he uses Kung Fu, he just assaults the side schemes. Yeah, I could definitely see Iron Fist playing like that. Okay, of course, even Luke can run out of toughs eventually, which is where his metal brace. Okay, maybe this is the card that's gonna like make his kit round out here. 1 cost upgrade, metal bracer. I think we got 2 copies, right? Because it's not unique or anything. Luke Cage gains retaliate 1. Here interrupt when any amount of damage will be dealt to Luke Cage. Exhaust it. Reduce it by 1. Oh, okay. It's not a tough field. Oops, sorry guys for the cam. Sesame's behind the laptop. She's like pushing the screen down. Okay, let me try to like think about how this card works. So retaliate 1. Okay, so you're doing damage, which is honestly, guys, retaliate is so good on Luke, better than most heroes because you're not really blocking the allies. You're just having your toughs take the damage. So the retaliate 1 is very, very good on Luke, better than almost anyone else. Other than like Colossus, I guess. Here interrupt. It's only in hero form. When any amount of damage will be dealt to Luke Cage, you have to exhaust the bracer and you reduce it by 1. So the way that Marvel Champions stuff works, damage dealt is before damage taken. Okay, so if a minion has attack of 1 and they attack Luke Cage, okay, the damage dealt is 1, you reduce it by 1. Now you're taking 0 damage. Tough stats cards prevent damage taken. So if the damage taken is 0, you keep your tough. So basically, the metal bracer allows you to just keep a minion with like 1 hit point around forever, and they'll basically just attack you and keep getting retaliated on. So I like to balance on this because now you can't really abuse the mechanic of keeping minions around forever because Luke has retaliate 1, so he's gonna keep on hitting the minion back. Because there are things that you can do where you keep a minion in play forever, and like you do something like with like a pin down type of thing. And then does this prevent your damage taken for this? After a tough is discarded, he takes 1 unpreventable damage. What does this mean? Whenever it's just as it sounds, it's unpreventable, and therefore it completely ignores any additional toughs that Luke may have. Ooh. I would say that you cannot use the bracers, right, for this. It does not work because he takes 1 unpreventable damage. This bypasses dealing damage anyways. But I think that because of this word unpreventable, I don't know if this is going to be a new keyword. I think it's unpreventable anyways, right? So with the metal bracer, you won't be able to block out that damage that Luke Cage takes from his force response. I think that's how this will work. It just helps him retain toughs against minions that have like 1 attack, right? If a minion has 2 attack, though, it's still going to go through and like knock off your tough. But Spee says so it can prevent the toughs. Yeah. Yeah. So reduce to keep the tough. Yeah. Maybe he has two of them. Yeah. If he has two, that'd be really, really nice because then you can have 2 minions or like 1 minion with like 2 attack. You block out, like you can reduce the damage by 2 because you have 2 of these. I'm assuming he's gonna have 2. This is 13 out of 15, and then we've seen 15 out of 15 with Power Man here, this upgrade right here. So I'm assuming that the 14 out of 15 card is probably the other Metal Bracer. Let me see if we can get a clue here. It says Luke can run out of tufts eventually, which is where his Metal Bracers with the S comes into play. So yeah. Oh yeah. It says, okay, sorry guys. I was trying to be like smart here. He's got 2 of them in attack. Okay. Yeah. So we know for a fact he's got 2. Each of them can be used to reduce income damage. Okay. So he can get to retaliate 2 in kit. That's pretty cool. If there's 2 bracers, can you exhaust both against a 2 attack minion to retain death? Yeah. When any amount of damage is dealt to Luke, you can exhaust both of them and reduce the damage by 2 because you got 2. Yeah, and then Mega says he's got 2 retaliate 2. Yeah. Ultron Joan counter hype. Oh, yeah, that's a good shout out. Luke Cage is gonna be an Ultron killer, guys. Luke Cage killing Ultron for sure. That's gonna be nice. Yeah. That's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I mean, Ultron Jones. There's only 1 cost upgrade too. So it's a really good value upgrade to reduce damage by 1 and give retaliate 1 for 1 cost upgrade. This is awesome. This is a really cool card. Yeah, I definitely want to play Luke Cage versus Ultron. Maybe pre-con deck Luke Cage versus Expert Ultron. That's gonna be a fun one. Okay, this gives Luke even more defensive options as well as a way to conserve his tufts against low attack minions. Yeah, just keep in mind that the bracers can't reduce the unpreventable damage from. Okay, now I'm glad that the article here, like we're trying to figure this out, but I should have just read more. Bracers cannot reduce the unpreventable damage from Luke's hero ability. Yeah, so we have to take that unpreventable damage. I wonder if there's actually going to be a way to block that, or if it's like we can never block that. Skeleton says, give him Ronin. Yeah, and that retaliate upgrades for retaliate 4. Dude, Luke Cage with retaliate 4 is gonna go wild. It's gonna go wild because he will hit for 4 damage every single turn. If there's minion, he seems like a minion killer because like he's retiring everyone with these tufts. It's insane. Yeah. The retaliate, I think change of fortune, protection, retaliate oriented protection build with Luke Cage with change of fortune. I think that's the way that I want to play Luke Cage right now. Like that looks like the most fun way to play him. But I'm excited to see the leadership cards here because I think they're gonna like be around like buffing his stats and stuff because Luke Cage doesn't need chump blocker. So not really ally recursion is what I'm hoping for, and more like ally Voltron stuff or stuff that can power up the hero. Yeah, okay. Let me see where you at, guys, out with the poll. Yeah, so it looks like 95% of guys want to stack the tufts playing Luke Cage to try and get to like 10 tufts or something like that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Look at the art on Sweet Christmas. Luke is thick like absolute Batman. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's super jacked right here. All right, guys, let's do a quick card count here before we do the leadership cards. Okay, so let me see here with the card, and I will have a pinned comment on this video with the card count. So, okay, burst time process. I think this is the start of these upgrades. It's 10 out of 15. Okay, let's see. Knuckle Sandwich is 4 out of 15. Wait, I think is there only 1 copy of this because it's recur. I think we saw 5 out of 15 with the Thor event is 5 out of 15. Okay, so Knuckle Sandwich, we'll have 1 copy of this card here. I need to make a Google Doc, guys. I can't keep track of this in my head. So let's do a Google Doc real quick. Okay, Google Doc. Okay, Luke Cage count. Ooh, and let me share it. Or okay, let me count here, and I'll type it over there, and then I'll share the document after I have it all typed out. Okay, so we got number 1 is gonna be Jessica Jones, his ally. So that's 1 right there. So, ooh, am I lagging? Okay, so 1 out of 15, we got Jessica Jones. All right. Then we got Knuckle Sandwich here. It's 4 out of 15. We don't have 1 copy of the Knuckle Sandwich. So 4 out of 15, Knuckle Sandwich. Pause Google Doc moment. Yeah, we gotta get the Google Doc out, guys. Bill says he was struggling a bit with Thor. Maybe, but I feel like he should be okay because of the 2 Thor. It's kind of like if we look at like Captain Marvel, her Thoring is not bad just because she has a 2 printed Thor, you know. And I think someone mentioned earlier with his Thor event, he'll probably be throwing for 3 with Thor event, and you're getting a tough too. So like at least 3. And you might be throwing for 5 with Thor event, you know, which is really good. Speaking of Thor event, let's pull that up here. So 5 out of 15. So I think we have 2 copies of this, 5 and 6 out of 15 then. So 2 Thor events, which is good because I think I want more ways to get the tough. I think that's really good. What is it called? Stand with me. Okay. Yeah, I think, and we actually figured out if it's going to be exactly 2 or not by looking at the other card number, which you guys taught me last time. Let me just type that here. So we gotta look at this card number right there. So underneath 5 out of 15, it says 5. Okay, let's look at Knuckle Sandwich again. That's 4. Okay, so after Knuckle Sandwich, it's gonna be 5, which is the Stand With Me. And then we're looking for 7 out of, so yeah, this is 6. So Sweet Christmas is 6, 7 out of 15. So it's confirmed basically that we have that 5. There's no in between 5 and 6. So that means 5 out of 15 and 6 out of 15 are both the Stand With Me card here. Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 copies of Stand With Me for sure. For sure. And we got Sweet Christmas here as the 7 out of 15 card. So let's do that. 7 out of 15. Sweet Christmas. I love Sweet Christmas. That's awesome. Sweet Christmas. Okay. Hard to ignore. Yeah. He would play odds to help him Thor. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Maverick. I'm glad that you're able to catch a stream again here. Let me see. Mega says, I think it's gonna be 2 knuckle sandwiches because there's a card between Jessica and it. 2 knuckle sandwiches. Oh, I see what you're saying. So Jessica is 2, the number 2 card, and knuckle sandwich is the number 4 card. No, there's only 1 card, so number 3 card. But I think there's gonna be 2 copies of that card because normally the tradition, I guess, Mark James, is that whenever they review a card, they usually review the first copy of the card. So, like, for example, with the Stand With Me, they could review the 5 out of 15 one or the 6 out of 15 one, but they they have always, from what they've been doing with Argos is that they've been doing the first one only. So, like, we can assume that Knuckle Sandwich is the only one because it's the first one here, with the 4 out of 15, and that there's going to be 2 copies of a missing event in his kit. And I think that's kind of fair with how the Knuckle Sandwich works because you do 3 damage to enemy and it's a recurable type of card. You know what I mean? So you can discard a tough to add a card back to your hand. So like it's similar to like Jessica Jones having 1 copy of her. I think it's called Breakthrough. It's a 0 cost event to help her ready, but it goes back into your deck. So that event is so good and you want multiple copies of the event. She only has 1 copy of it in her deck because it's recurable. So I think what they like to do is like with these recurable events, you like only have 1 copy of it, Mega says maybe it's a defense event that gives tough. I think that's a really good shout out. Yeah, I'm gonna put here for speculation like defense event in a question mark. So defense event, and then 3 out of 15 will be the same event. So it's gonna be 2 of whatever that event is. Yeah, I think defense event makes sense for Luke for everything that we've seen from the kit. Like he's missing that type of like defensive card. And yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, so we're up to 7 of 15 now with the card count. Let's see. We're missing a lot of cards, no? So okay, we got 10 of 15 here. The Burstein process. If everyone knows how to pronounce that, please let me know in the chat. Is it Burstein or Burstein? Okay, we got 10 of 15. Power Man's 15 out of 15. We're missing more cards with Luke than we have with anyone so far, right? This is crazy. Yeah, they're keeping his cards close to the chest. Okay, we got Metal Bracer, 2 copies of that. 13 out of 15, Metal Bracer, and we got 14 out of 15. We know it's for sure Metal Bracer because the article confirmed that we're getting 2 copies. It's the 10th card there, and let's look at Burstein process. The 8th card. So he's going to have 2 more upgrades. So 11 out of 15 is an upgrade and 12 out of 15 is another upgrade. So it's just different upgrades. Yeah. So not the same upgrade here. Upgrade. Different upgrade. Okay. And then let's see here. 15 out of 15 is Power Man. Okay. So we're missing 7 Sweet Christmas, So, and then 10 is burst time process. So, how many copies of Sweet Christmas do you guys think? This is a 6 card here in his kit, and we look at burst time process. It is the 8th card. So, there's going to be 1 card in between the burst time process, and it could be an event or an upgrade or support. It's got to be support. He has no supports in his kit. So, I'm going to go ahead and say, he has 2 copies of Sweet Christmas then. I think that makes sense. That's my prediction, so I'll put question marks here because it's not confirmed. Okay, I can share this tab now. I think we have enough info on it. So this is what I'm looking at with the Google Doc. So we got Sweet Christmas, and we got 9 out of 15, which is going to be, I'm thinking it's going to be a support. Because we know there's 1 card in between the Sweet Christmas and a burst time process. So it makes sense that there's 2 copies of Sweet Christmas. And then we know it's got to be 1 card, so it's got to be 1 card here. And these are all upgrades here. So he has 0 supports in his kit. So this could be another event, or it could be another upgrade, but I feel like it's got to be support, right? Let's see. Is Luke Cage actually stronger than Colossus? I don't know. I'll say this. I think Luke Cage just looks like it's really difficult for me to figure out like if he's strong or not. Colossus looks very. I think Colossus is very strong. I think Colossus is like A tier in terms of strength. I don't know if I have Luke Cage up there yet. Minimum says ask the Bears. Yeah, actually just found out. If you guys have watched Peacemaker, they actually talked about they were like the Bearstein Bears or the Bearstein Bears. And that's kind of where I learned that it's called Stein. It's Berenstein. So you guys, so that's why I'm like sometimes saying the Bearstein process here, but I don't know if I got that right at all. That Expo went to chat, dude. I saw his hero card and immediately thought he overshot Colossus. Really? But then I saw the unpreventable damage. Yeah. The unpreventable damage makes him a lot more balanced. Yeah, Jessica doesn't have that. And the thing that Colossus, I think that thing we gotta keep in mind with Colossus comparisons is that Colossus gets the way that Colossus is incentivized to play because he has a 4 card hand size is that you flip down every single turn. So with Ready for Fight and Armor Up, like that's 3 cards of Ready for Fight, you got practice plans in there, and you have 2 Armor Ups. Like when I play Colossus, I flip down literally every single turn. If you're playing him you can have Confuses, you can still flip down. Like basically you flip down every single turn with Colossus. And if you flip down every single turn, you have a 6 card hand size and you have a free tough on the flip up. You know, I think that's a big thing with Colossus. Yeah, is that he has the ultimate threat mitigation in the game with Armor Up, right? So like his access to Alter Ego is like essentially one of the best in the game, if not the best, because Armor Up's just so good. Like, you know, it's a 0 cost event, and even the villain is steady, stalwart. If you can't block out, like the scheme doesn't matter. You force them to attack you instead. You know what I mean? So Armor Up is just really good. And then the thing to keep in mind for Colossus is that he gets a free tough every single turn because when you change up to here from you automatically get the tough. So the downside for Luke Cage is that Luke Cage does not get a tough every single turn. He only gets toughs with his cards and with an alter ego action. So you have to use burst time process, you have to flip down. However, from what we've seen in his kit, he has 0 threat mitigation, right? No confuses, no like safe way to flip down. So like obviously Ready for Fight I think is gonna go insane for Luke, but you know, like that's kind of the only way that he has to really like flip down, like for sure, you know. So yeah, I think that's the thing to look at with Luke and Colossus is that Colossus, when he's flowing, I think there's very few heroes that are stronger than Colossus when he's flowing. I think he's a pretty underrated hero too in how Colossus works because, yeah, I mean, you got a 6 card hand size every single turn because you're always in your turns in Alter Ego. You're arming up or ready for your fight back to hero form. Your toughs take the hit. So yeah, I think Colossus is pretty underrated. And I don't know Luke Cage will be stronger than, but I think Luke Cage looks unique, super unique from Colossus in his own right, even though they both have the same mechanic, which is really cool. Roboto says they're the same upgrade since process 8 and bracers are 10, which leaves. Ooh, I'm a little bit confused here. They're the same upgrade since process is 8. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, let me check that again. Okay, so let me see. Bracers is the 10th card in the pack. Okay, we see number 10 there. And then burst time process is 8. Oh, you're right. I did my math wrong. Okay, good shout. Thank you. Thank you, Roboto, for correcting me on that. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. So it's the same upgrade. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Let me put same defense event right here too, because this event right here is going to be the exact same no matter what. Even if it's not a defense event, it's going to be the same event. So these two are the same event. This is the same upgrade. Oh, that's interesting. So here's another 2 copies, guys. What predictions do you guys think is going to be that? Void says, is Luke the new best hero versus Ronin? Honestly, because yeah, if you blocking out 10 damage hits from Ronin and Fanaticism has piercing, Luke is unpenetrable with piercing. That's really cool. Yeah. Colossus super underrated. Yeah, I agree. Too early to say, obviously, but Luke looks a little weak in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not going to say he looks weak. I don't think he looks weak. I think that he's a hero that I think I have to play to like really know. Like he could be really strong or he could be like weak. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think for like my like you guys know that from just looking at Daredevil, I thought he was like insane. From just looking at Jessica Jones, I think that she's gonna be insane. For Luke Cage, just looking at him, I can't really decide. I feel like he could easily be S tier. He could be, or he could be as low as B tier. So I would say anywhere between B and S. I don't think he's gonna be a C tier hero, just because he does have the 5-card hand size. And then he's got like the good tough mechanic, which is a positive, So I think he's definitely not gonna be anywhere lower than B. He might be as low as B, and I think he could, probably look in A. I guess is my prediction, but he might also be S. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be S, but he could be, But Luke looks like he's gonna kill Ronin for sure. Mega says, I'm gonna guess he's got a Colossal Organic Stew type upgrades. Ooh, that's interesting. What do you guys like? Give me some prediction here. It has to be the same upgrade. So like, what makes sense for Luke? Lore wise, we got the 2 things there. It's not gonna be like, oh yeah, Luke is not having like a shirt or anything like that because all his shirts always have bullet holes, like his hoodies and stuff always have a bunch of bullet holes. So it's probably not gonna be like clothing attire, right? Maybe something like. But then we already got the burst time process. I think this like is to show like his type of like skin, you know what I mean? Right? Like I feel like this is like his impenetrable skin. So what other upgrade could that be? Nine tells, oh, welcome to chat. +1 attack upgrade. That'd be because he's got 2 copies of the same upgrade. So I don't think it's gonna be a +1 attack because then he'll get up to 4 attack in kit. Infectious Zombie says almost to 30 likes. Thank you guys. Let's try to get the stream up to 30 likes. We're almost there, guys, and it really helps the channel out. Thank you, Infectious Zombie, for reminding me. Jessica's still my fave, but this is great. Yeah, this wave was really igniting my love for the game. Yeah, I think a lot of people will be coming back to Mario Champions with this wave. This is looking really good. It looks super duper. Like either way, like I think it stinks because I like Jessica Jones' kit a lot more than Luke Cage's kit because I like the alter ego stuff. But in terms of like having fun in a game and having a challenge, I think that Luke is a more unique puzzle. So far, I think I'm actually liking Luke's kit more than Jessica's because I feel like he's gonna be more fun to like maneuver around. Versus Jessica Jones, I feel like it's gonna be pretty easy. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Maybe there are some like unique things for Jessica Jones. Like Daredevil is another hero that I think like Daredevil. I think he has very unique, interesting. I think you can, depending on how he's piloted, he can be very strong or very weak. So that's why I think Daredevil looks cool. He just looks too strong. You know what I mean? But Luke Cage looks like a lot more balanced. Like I feel like if he is S tier hero, he won't feel that way for a lot of players. Like if he is S tier, some people be like he's B tier. He's gonna be like a controversial S tier hero. Not like a like consensus like, oh, okay, he's like everyone thinks that he's S tier. He uses those hammers in alternate timeline. Ooh, is that with Power Man? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's got to be something. I don't know what it could be. Yeah, but this is like very because I feel like we got a good shot, like a good prediction with the defense event for these 2. I think that this could easily just be like a support, maybe Claire, like Night Nurse. I don't know. We could see Claire in the kit that has Jessica Jones though, but like maybe some sort of healing card, and then or like a ready, um, or like some sort of alter ego support, and then this. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is. Jessica Jones is still multiple levels of hype above everything else here. Okay, the rest looks good. Yeah. He also has some swagger brass knuckles that has him with them. I don't think we'll be getting them because he already has the 2 copies of the metal bracer here. So I feel it would be redundant to have like 2 more like brass knuckles and 2 metal bracers. He used a chain sometimes too, but it doesn't seem appropriate. Yeah, I wonder what it could be. Oh, he used a Wrecker's magic crowbar for a bit. That's so cool. That's really cool. Yeah, so okay. All right, let me post this here in the chat. So if you guys want to like copy and paste it, you can. I'm not gonna pin this chat. Ooh, I can't even post the whole thing because it's too long. Sorry, guys. So we're gonna post everything. Oh man, I can't. We can post the first half there, and then we can post the second half here in the chat. Yeah, but I will put this as a pinned comment on the video after the video is like uploaded, I guess. Because right now in the live chat, I'm not able to do that. But I have the article link as the pinned comment for right now. If you guys want to go over there and see yourself. Okay, all right, guys. So let's do one more poll, and then we're gonna look at the leadership cards here. So I wanna. So you guys have been asking me a lot about this. So I'm gonna say who looks stronger, Colossus or Luke Cage? I want to see what you guys think right now. So I'm conflicted, to be honest. I'm conflicted. I think Colossus A tier. Luke could be anywhere from B to S. So I'm not sure right now. Let's see. Mega says Luke and Jessica's daughter will be card 9 is persona support. That would be cool. That would be cool. That would be very, very cool. Rat King says, do you think one of his cards that we haven't been spoiled will be a form change card? Or is that too much like Colossus? I don't think it's a form change card. However, I will say this: I would love it to be a form change card, but I don't think that it will be because I feel like Luke's character, like he's not about like form changing, right? Like I feel like that's not what his kit's about, right? I feel like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, they're more about that, and Daredevil didn't even get a form changing card. So I feel like Luke Cage, like he's kind of just like he's almost always like in this form, you know what I mean? Like he can just wear normal clothes and fight, you know, and all of his clothes get like holes in them. So I don't think so, but I would love it. I would love to be wrong on that. Void says it feels like he needs more way to get toughs. Yeah. I'm hoping that the upgrade is the way to get a tough because an automated way to get toughs would be really nice for him. Yeah. He also doesn't have any resource generators, right? I think someone pointed out that in this wave, a lot of heroes don't have resource generators. Like Echo has one, but it's not a great one for true solo. It's a 2-cost upgrade only for events, right? Daredevil has none. Jessica Jones has none. So they have like cost reduction cards, but none of the actual resource generators. So I wonder if Luke Cage also will not have any. Infectious Zombie says, yeah, that all need personas for Bullseye to. Oh yeah. Good shout out. Yeah, it's gotta be persona support, right? It's gotta be persona because Bullseye has to kill a persona. I'm assuming all the defenders, because they're like civilians, they all have like some type of like persona type stuff going on in their kit. Luke looks more versatile for deck building, and that's more important. I don't know. I think that Colossus to me has deck building versatility, like protection, leadership hooks, justice hooks. But I think that Colossus, how do you say this? I think that Colossus play style is streamlined, even though his deck building is versatile. And when I say streamlined, I mean like to really maximize him. Like for him to play like an S tier hero, he needs to end every single turn in Alter Ego, right? So you have to do this flipping type of style with Colossus if you want to maximize him. Obviously, I'm not saying you have to maximize him, right? You can definitely play him however you want. And if you want to just stay in hero form and like punch a lot, that's fine too. But for him to be maximized like to full utility and to be able to like feel like he's S tier, he has to get in that groove of flipping down every single turn and ending every single player phase in Alter Ego, flipping up during the villain phase, having a tough soak and attack, and flipping back down during player phase to draw back up to 6. So Colossus must play like that to maximize his kit, and Luke does not have to play any type of way to maximize his kit. Luke can do like we're talking about the discussion of like, do you want to stack like 10 tough stats cards on Luke, or do you want to just like like keep 2 or 3 and have the burst time process few you 2 every single time, So I think that, and then Luke he doesn't have to flip down, I mean, he can stay up in hero form, he can flip down, Yeah, he can play in a lot of different ways. So I think that Luke has more in-game versatility. I'm not sure about the deck building though, because I think he still always wants to deck build around something with toughs and something about him taking damage, right? I expected Luke to be a defensive precon. What aspect do you expect the rest of the veterans to be? So I will say I think Luke will have a defensive precon. I think his allies are going to help him thwart and are going to buff up his own stats. That's what we've seen with Hercules' leadership precon, and I like that type of build for leadership, where like it's not an ally recursion where the allies lead play, but that the allies give you more incentive when they stick around. However, I will say that all the cards in Hercules' precon facilitate that, except for Avenge Me, which is a super broken card, which wants you to recur allies and let them lead play and jump block. So I don't know why they printed Avenge Me. I think that card is not right for the game. It's like too powerful, but I think everything else is cool in the Hercules leadership precon deck. For the other aspects, I'm expecting Iron Fist to be protection because we have a protection Iron Fist ally, and I'm expecting Electra to be aggression because I feel like she's very aggro, you know? Void says Iron Fist aggression and Electra either aggression or pool. Well, we're missing a protection hero then, dude. Yeah, I just think Electra doesn't really fit protection, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like she's got to be aggression or pool. I mean, that'll be cool to see pool. Beowulf says, I don't think this will be easy to stack stats on him. Yeah, it doesn't look like he can get a bunch, like up to 10. That would be the goal, though. But I think if he gets 10, then he's like popping off. But until then, it might be a little bit difficult. Iron Fist will probably be protection, Electro be aggression. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Heroic Skeleton says, Avenge Me Black Widow decks are so ridiculous. Avenge Me? What? Why? What does Black Widow have with the Avenge Me builds? I'm not entirely. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something with that one. Avoid says, isn't Echo the protection hero? Oh, yeah. No, yeah. So, like, the thing is, the two aspects in the box of the expansion, like Inferior and Evil, don't stack with the 4 heroes in a wave. So, like, I don't know if I explained that right. So, basically, if we look at, like, Next Evolution, Cable and Domino were the heroes in a box. Domino was Justice, and Cable was Leadership, right? And the 4 heroes in a wave, we still... Okay, actually, I picked, like, the worst wave for that because Deadpool was Pool. But usually, the 4 heroes in a wave are still, like, 1 aggression, 1 protection, 1 justice, and 1 leadership. So usually, with a look at the 4 hero packs individually, separate from like the box. So since we know Luke is leadership, since we know that Jessica is justice, we have aggression and protection left. So that's why I'm thinking that Iron Fist is going to be protection. That Expo says, I'm more excited for Electra and Iron Fist than Jessica and Luke. I think I like Luke and Jessica more. I think, yeah. Yeah, I think I like Luke and Jessica more as characters. But I agree that Electra with like the Amplify icon will be interesting. And Iron Fist, with how his mystic counters will work, will be interesting as well. So I think they're more interesting and unique. But I just love how, like, I love what they did with Luke Cage and Jessica for like the theme. Especially Luke, because I feel like he's tuned more properly in terms of like he's not like broken. At least right now, he doesn't look broken, but he could be. Rapid response recursion of all allies that already. Oh, rapid response avenge me with Black Widow recurs with the preps. Okay, I see. Oh, that's really cool. That's super cool. Void says in that case, Iron Fist protection and electric aggression. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Dex Post says, I think it's because I don't know much about Luke and Jessica. Oh, really? Yeah, I know more about these guys than Iron Fist. And I mean, I don't know too much about any of them, I guess, but I think I know more about Jessica and Luke than other two. Heroic Skeleton says, Electra is kind of a wild card for me. They might do something with her that completely floors me. Yeah, for Electra, I want to, if you guys know what the Black Sky is, please let me know down in chat because I just don't understand that from the like, is Electra still just a regular human type power, like no super strength, no nothing, or does the Black Sky do something for her? You know what I mean? Schism says, how will you rank the 4 heroes from the Defender's Wave that reviewed so far by fun and power? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna answer that chat, and then we're gonna look at the leadership cards right after. So, okay. Let's do power first. How strong I think the heroes are in Fear No Evil. For the 4 heroes that we've seen, I think Jessica 1, I think Daredevil 2, I think Echo 3, and I think Luke 4. No, I think Echo and Luke are Yeah, because I think Echo is 3 in multiplayer. I think in true solo, I think she drops to 4. I think Luke Cage will be 3 for true solo. So yeah, that's my power ranking for them. For fun, I think I don't know. Oh man. Um they all look fun. I think for me, Echo is 4th for fun because I'm just not entirely sold on the basic card aspect card type of event. Um I think I like Luke more than Jessica because I think Jessica has just her own win con and she'll just do that to win. I think Luke is more of a puzzle. So I think from bottom to top, the 4th most fun I think is Echo. 3rd most fun is Jessica. And then I think Luke number 2 and Daredevil 1. And I'm probably super biased for Daredevil. So like it's probably a lot of bias there. But I think Daredevil's gonna be super fun. So yeah, that's my thing in that. Okay, guys, let's look at the leadership cards here. Holy cow, we got Iron Fist here as an ally for leadership. Holy cow. Okay, it is Danny Rand. Okay, it's Danny Rand, Iron Fist. Okay. 3 cost ally, 1 Thor, 2 attack, 3 hit points. I'm glad to see a defender ally because we have not gotten a lot of defender allies in aspect cards. So it's really cool to see. So that is your like classic average stat line for 3 cost ally. So it's good. Defender and martial arts trade. Okay. Interrupt is not forced to, so you don't have to do it, but you can do it. So it's always nice to have the option. Ooh, and it defends though. That's kind of a bad one. When Iron Fist defends against enemy attack, prevent damage from the attack equal to Iron Fist attack. Okay, so basically, if you have a minion with like 2 attack, Iron Fist can defend that minion forever, and you know. So he works with Luke Cage. Okay, he's a good ally for Luke because Luke wants the metal bracers and he wants Iron Fist to help him block out the ping damage because you really want to save the tufts for like bigger villain hits versus like weak minion hits. So it's nice for that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what I just thought about for Luke Cage, guys? And this kind of goes into the Iron Fist thing too, this ally card. The worst thing for Luke Cage is going to be like his biggest weakness. I know we're talking about how he's an Ultron drone killer. Is Ultron drones. One attack minions, if they swarm Luke Cage, is so bad. Because if they attack Luke and they ping off the tough, he'll still take 1 unpreventable damage. So although it's not the drone minion like a 1 attack minion hit him directly, it's essentially that way. So Luke is really bad value if you have like 5 minions that all have one attack and they attack you. Because you potentially lose 5 toughs and take 5 damage. Like it doesn't, his ability to block out damage with his toughs essentially does nothing in the face of like a minion that has 1 attack. So that is like the biggest detriment to Luke. So you want to avoid that at all costs, which I think is good balance for him. And I think it's really good design that we have 2 copies of the middle brace here because we really, 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 really need to prevent that damage. We need to prevent that because if we're getting that, it's not going to be good for us. The Expo says Luke getting Age of Ultron flashbacks from the comics. Yeah, he is. Yeah, this is not good for him. Yeah, so I think this is great for him. I think Iron Fist is good for him because of that. I don't know if Iron Fist is worth for any other hero for that. Like he's really just good for like blocking out minions and chump damage, you know? Whoa! Sorry, share the screen. Sorry. I apologize, guys. I was looking at this the whole time. I am the noobest streamer ever. I apologize, guys. Thank you, Metro Bus. Thank you, Beowulf, for reminding me. Oh man, guys, you guys gotta let me know, or I'm just going forever. Talking about the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah. So we're back on the correct screen here. Yeah. So Iron Fist. Let's go over what it does again here, guys. Because apologies for that. 3 cost ally, 1 Thor, 2 attack, 3 hit points. So just your standard. Like this is a good sound for a 3 cost ally. And the interrupt is whenever he defends against an enemy attack, you prevent damage from the attack equal to Iron Fist attack. So basically what this is for is whenever you defend against a minion attack, you can prevent all damage. If the minion has 2 or less attack. If the villain's attacking you, it's going to be tough because they get a boost, and the boost is like 3, and if the villain has like 2 attack, Iron Fist will just die. So you probably don't want to risk him defending against a villain attack. But he may live and then be able to chump block twice potentially, you know what I mean, if he can live that first attack. So, but what I was saying with this is that for Luke, what we're talking about with the top stats cards here is a neutron drone. If it hits Luke for one attack, he loses a tough and he'll still take one unpreventable damage. So he's getting really countered by these one attack minions. So he really wants the metal bracers down as soon as possible to stop that from just like killing him. Yeah, we're looking at the mechanics of the. Oh, Bill says, are we looking at the mechanics for the Iron Fist hero? The Iron Fist hero. I should have emphasized the word hero. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's gonna be like that, right? I think that preventing damage equal to your attack could very well be Iron Fist for the hero. That would be really cool. Yeah, possibly. Okay, and we have another card here. Take a stand, one cost event. Okay, it's not a tough. Okay. It's a tactic though, more tactics for Cyclops. Hero response after your hero defends. Each ally you control gets +1 Thor and +1 attack until the end of player phase. After hero defends, each ally you control gets +1 Thor. Okay, I'm not seeing I'm not a big fan of this for Luke. It takes a lot more than that to keep me down. I'm not getting this for Luke because like Luke doesn't want to defend, right? He just wants to like you can definitely build a defense deck for Luke, but we haven't previewed any defense events in his kit, and it's something to Colossus, right? Like I definitely played a perfect defense deck with Colossus, and it is a lot of fun. But the thing is that with the toughs, you are losing value whenever you actually exhaust to defend or play a defense event because the toughs soak all the damage for you, you know? So like I kind of wanted to do a Luke Cage Change of Fortune deck without him ever defending. Like just facing attacks to use his basic activation to Thor or attack, you know what I mean, during player phase. So I'm not sure about this card for Luke. I mean, let me think about what it means for. And the thing is, as a leadership card, you usually want to defend. Yeah, so you're locked in leadership here too. So you don't have access to the protection aspects, defensive like gallery, right? So even if you're playing another hero, you have to play leadership with take a stand. So yeah, you get to buff your allies. It's a temporary buff. It's a response, and you have to defend. And usually, I'm already spending my resources to play a defense event when I'm defending too. So I feel like this card is not good. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this card, guys. Am I missing something? I feel like this card is bad. Iron Fist ally is very strong. You need to provoke an attack during your player phase to use take a stand. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think I quite understand that. You mean with Iron Fist? Infected Zombie says, but you aren't taking damage from attack, just the hero ability. Yeah, so like take a stand, you have to defend. So if you take the damage with your tough, you aren't considered defending, so you cannot trigger this response. Void says maybe the card is good for multi-aspect. I agree, it looks bad. Yeah, I mean, I think for multi-aspect, if you can play protection with leadership, okay, there's some things you can do. But even with that, I think it's so much of a hassle for me to play a defense event like a 1 ER, a 2 ER defense event, right? If it's a 1 cost defense event, it costs 2 resources. Then you're playing 2 ER for take a stand, and I already need an ally on the table. So I'm spending 4 ER to buff up my allies on the table, you know? I feel that's not great value. Rat King's crew, do you think they meant to say the next player phase on take a stand? Otherwise, as a word, it doesn't seem possible. No. So basically, it's assuming that you're defending during the villain phase. Yeah. So if it's the villain phase and Luke Cage defends, right? Luke Cage plays take a stand, then all your allies have +1 Thor +1 attack until the end of the player phase. So when the villain phase ends, that's the end of a round, but the player phase now begins. So now you get that +1 Thor +1 attack for the whole player phase, right? So yeah, so if you use something like taunt, which is going to be tough anyways because it's a protection card with a leadership card, but if the villain attacks you during the player phase and you play take a stand, you only have for that one player phase. So you usually want to use this during the villain phase to get it for a fresh player phase because you have more economy during that, you know? So yeah, that's kind of how it works. In fact, it says good for an ally swarm deck. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, because ally swarm deck, you have the allies defend. Your hero's not defending, you know? So I don't know. What's printed health? He has 10 hit points. Chico Rexio wants to chat. Hi, maybe one of the missing upgrades is something to defend without exhausting. That would be great. Yeah. Yeah. If that is it, then this card is great for Luke. I wouldn't say great. I'd say it's good for Luke. Because like this effect's not like the craziest thing in the world. So if he has if his missing cards here in our card count, if these two upgrades are both the same upgrades that allow him to defend without exhausting, then it's really good for perfect defense stuff, but it will unleash this card for Luke. Still not good for any other hero in the game. So yeah. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, this is kind of underwhelming here. It's an energy resource, so like Wonder Man can use it, but it's like I don't really know if I want that. Okay, let's see what he's got going on for the other cards here in this pre-con. So Luke Cage is already opponent hero on his own, but he truly shines when he's able to lead his fellow defenders in keeping New York safe. This is embodied in the rest of his pre-built leadership deck, which puts heavy emphasis on defenders as a team. Ooh, are we getting a team card? That'd be really cool. That protects each other from harm. Luke's friend Iron Fist can use his attack to reduce income damage when he defends, allowing him to block multiple attacks aimed at his team. Pair that with a stat boosting card like Take a Stand, which works especially well with defensive heroes like Luke Cage, and you get a surprising amount of mileage off an ally with only 3 hit points. All right. Ooh, Misty Knight. Speaking of stat boosts, Misty Knight can get a pretty potent boost to both her thwart and her attack while she has a tough. So this is the detective from the Luke Cage show. 3-cost ally. She has a robotic arm here because her arm got cut off in the Defender show. But 3-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Okay, so terrible stat line for 3-cost ally, but I'm assuming she can do something else. Defender martial artist with toughness. Okay, toughness already makes up for her like weaker stat line. She gets +2 attack, +2 thwart. Wow, she has a tough. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So she's a very good ally. She's a very good ally. She comes in, can thwart for 3 or attack for 3 on a get-go. Then you take consequential damage, you lose your tough. Then you have this stat line now. So this stat line you can activate one more time and just ping and then chump block, or you just chump block with this. So yeah, I mean, it's because of that, she's essentially a very good stat ally. It's interesting though. I feel like it's not exactly the best synergy because the tough, I mean, you have versatility with how you want to use it. You can play her and have her block, but you're not getting good mileage from her if you're blocked with her. You want to activate with the +2 attack, +2 thwart. So you can almost say that like her tough is not for you. It's just for her. Like she's not going to be blocking for you, ideally. She's going to be activating and losing her tough through consequential damage. If you can give her tough some other way, that would be really good too. Like Doctor Strange would love her. He can keep on putting toughs on her and then having her like swing for 3 or thwart for 3. Come on, heroes. We got to help save the city. Yeah. Evo, welcome to the chat, dude. Luke looks like Groot. Yeah. Saving toughs like Groot saves Groot. Yeah, he definitely seems more like Groot. And Alter Ego gives him more toughs. Yeah. I just wish he had a fertile ground card because that card's way better than the what's that card called? Burst Time process. He looks about the same power as Echo. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. He kind of looks like Echo in terms of like power level. Groot has 3 defense, which helps him save the growth counters. Luke has 1 defense. Yeah, Luke's not really going to be defending. It's going to be the bracers and just face taking attacks. Mega Rover says 4 thwart damage and a chump straight good. It's only 3. It's only 3 because she gets +2 attack and +2 thwart. So she's at 3 thwart, 3 attack. I mean, I guess you could stack with the Take a Stand, but I feel like it's gonna be hard to get that off. I feel like Misty Knight's usually just gonna be like a 3 thwart, 3 attack ally, which is not bad, not bad at all. Like definitely good, you know. Okay, and then defense formation is the way to give ally toughs. Okay, 2-cost support. Okay, so it's not a team card, even though it looks like one with the art. The art looks really cool. It looks like a team card for defenders. It's not. Defensive formation, 2-cost support, tactic, 3 block counters. Okay, that's interesting here for leadership. As an action, exhaust this card and remove a block counter to give a defender ally tough. Okay, so this is for Misty Knight. And Iron Fist? No, Iron Fist doesn't really care as much. He kind of gets more value without toughs. So let me look at this. It's only for defender allies. This is almost a team card. It's 3 uses. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of it. So like, yeah, when you give an ally a tough, you're essentially giving yourself a tough if the ally blocks for you. But they block them in ally space, obviously, and they have to defend. So they're not going to be activating for you, right? So it's better to give your hero tough, obviously, but probably that's too powerful. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad card. It's just low tempo, right? It's like you have this ally in play, and if you keep on giving the tough, then it can block for the most value it gets is blocking for you with the tough, unfortunately. So whenever it's blocking for you, yeah, yeah, whenever the ally is blocking for you, it's not activating, it's slower, you have to ready it back up. Because after you exhaust the block, it stays exhausted in the player phase. Yeah, it's good for Misty Knight, obviously. Then she's just activating for 3 multiple times per turn. Not limited to having only 1 in play, pretty crazy. 3 tusks for 2 resources is nuts. Yeah, I think for your hero it will be nuts. But I think for your ally, like if you put the tough on an ally just to prevent consequential damage, is that good? So like think of this if like because if it's used as that way, it's like a 2-cost support, 3 counters to like heal 3 damage, essentially, like heal 1 damage, like blocking that consequential damage. Obviously, this blocks out more consequential damage, so it's better than that. Because if you have like 3 consequential damage for an activation, this blocks it all off with the tough. Yeah, it's fine for allies. It's just a little bit slow because you need the allies out anyways, and then you need this as well. And it's like it's slowing your tempo. I feel like I feel like the impact of the card isn't super high, but the long term run can be good. Use defensive formation on the Electro ally so Gyarados doesn't have to take damage. Let's pull it up. I don't know if that will work because Tufts prevent damage taken. Does Electra do damage to your Daredevil? Let's see, Electra. So Electra, whenever Electra would take consequential damage. Oh, you're right. That blocks it. Yeah, that blocks it because when Electra would take consequential damage, it's the same timing window as Tufts when you take damage, right? Taking consequential damage, and then the Tufts have priority over a interrupt about taking damage. So yeah, so the Tufts will prevent this from everyone triggering. So yeah, okay, yeah. That's a great use for it. That Exposed says only defender allies though only see this good with Misty. Yeah, the fact it's locked to defenders too. No, I mean I think that it's fine this wave. It's not the most fun card that I want to see right now, but let's see what else he's got. So let's you grant her additional toughness. She can stay boost for long. Yeah, Misty Knights can pop out with this, and if you let Misty Knight take a single point of damage before restoring her tough, then Righteous Purpose can power up even further. Oh, what is this? Each carry you could... Okay, 2-cost support. Also looking like a team card, but it's not. Maxim, what is that? What is that trait, Maxim? That's a new trait. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player. Okay, you play under any player's control, which is cool. Each character you control that has exactly 1 hit point remaining. Oh, wow. That is so cool. 2 Thor, 2 attack. Oh, this is a cool card. This is a cool card. Void says you're wasting a touch to prevent 1 damage. Yeah. But this is a cool card. So this card is super well balanced, but there are some broken things you can do with the card. Yeah. This is really cool. And the art is amazing on this. So like, okay, so for cool things that you can do with the card, okay, let's talk about how the card can be broken, okay, before we talk about like why it's like I think it's balanced. So you can play under any player's control. So if someone's playing aggression or like just or like whatever, you can still play this for them. So that's really nice for multiplayer. Then each character includes your allies and your identity. So if your identity is at 1 hit point, you get +2 Thor, +2 attack forever. So this would be good for like a hero that's able to stay at 1. And it's tough because a lot of times villains have retaliate on stage 3. So having 1 hit point is not going to be the most beneficial thing. I think it's going to be tough for Luke Cage to be at 1 hit point because whenever he loses a tough, you take a hit point of damage. So this might be a Colossus card because Colossus can actually be at 1 hit point pretty safely, even with retaliate villains. Because when they retaliate, he loses a tough, he can regain the tough with his organic steel. So I think Colossus would really love this card. You can really abuse it if you can somehow manage to keep your hero at 1 hit point. +2 Thor, +2 attack is insane, guys. Think about like a normal 2/2 hero. They're 4 Thor, 4 attack. with just a 2-cost support here. So that's where it can be really crazy, I think, for your hero more than the allies. The allies, when they're at their last hit point, they get plus 2 Thor 2 attack, which is insane value for the last activation. And this is where we go into the balancing of the card. I think that it's really well designed that way. Super duper well designed, because it decentivizes this. It does not incentivize chump blocking now. Because now you get very high value with your last activation, where when they have 1 hit point, you can Thor for like, potentially 5 Thor. You have a 3 Thor ally, right? Or like, 3, 4, 5 attack. However, if they're at their last hit point, if they activate, they'll usually take constant damage and get knocked out. So most of the time, if you're using this card for this value there, you're not chump blocking the ally, so you're losing the opportunity cost to chump block, which is the strongest strategy in the game or champions. Like chump blocking is still the strongest thing. So the fact that this card what's the word I'm looking for? Desensitive. I don't know what it is, but yeah. This is such a cool card because it's balanced in that way. It's now, if you're using this card for the value, you're not chump blocking. And if you're using this for your hero, you have to stay at 1 hit point, which is really tough to do, especially because a lot of villains get retired on their 3rd stage. So it's a great balance of this. This is really cool. This is a really cool card. Madifer, I'm glad you're able to join the chat, dude. Hope you have a great week as well. Proof Rock, I'll check the video out later. Have a great day. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the video later. Void says secret Deadpool tech. Oh, I didn't think of Deadpool. Mega says that's Ollie good in pool. Oh, head pool. Oh, man. Oh, but you can't. You need someone to give you that in multiplayer, right? Or you play Spider-Woman with pool leadership. Yeah. Head pool has 1 hit point remaining. So head pool is going to be what? He's 2 Thor 1 attack, so he becomes 4 Thor 3 attack. I'll put up head pool here for anyone that doesn't know about head pool. Yeah, he has 1 hit point anyways. So if using head pool here with Righteous Purpose, I mean, he's insane. He's a 4 Thor ally that never takes constant damage. So yeah, there are some cool things. Black Cat leadership Voltron. So she can't Thor if you do that with her though. But she can shout out Black Cat, guys. Because she takes constant damage for Thor, but not for attacking. So if she has 1 hit point left, she can attack for 3 infinitely. Yeah, that's really good. That's yeah. I think Black Cat, like leadership Spider-Man with this. And then you can buffer up with all the like regular like ally upgrades. You're to like what? Yeah, like sidearm, you have inspired. So what is that noise? That's weird. Yeah, so you have plus 2 attack with this. You have sidearm and inspired. That's plus 4 attack. You got power gloves, essentially giving her like plus 5 attack. So you get Black Cat to 6 attack. Sky Cycle her with Honor Avenger. She can activate twice a turn with this. This is going to be insane. Dead Expo says going to do a Black Cat Voltron deck. Me too. Black Cat Voltron with Righteous Purpose looks really fun. Fox and love this as well. Yeah, I agree with Cosmo and Cannonball not taking constant damage. Yeah. Cosmo. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This card is really cool. Yeah. So, like, there's, like, certain things you can do with the card to make it really good value. But I think a lot of times it takes a lot of planning. And even in those situations, you need to plan around and build around it, right? It's not, like, outright broken. It's a really fun, unique card. I think this is a great addition to the game. Yeah, this is, like, a great leadership card. Yeah, this is a card that I like a lot. It's balanced. It's fun. It's unique, too. I just realized that Spider-Man in the background, the card art. Oh, man. I'm not even a Web-Warrior Fanatic anymore. I didn't even notice. Oh, yeah, that's Spider-Man right there. Super, super cool. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's a teaser for Black Cat because this is a great card for Spider-Man in Black Cat. Yeah, Spider-Man probably doesn't want to be at 1 hit point, though. And he's got Amy to heal him. But, yeah, I think Black Cat, Voltron, yeah, that's really cool. It's like essentially a 2-cost upgrade for Black Cat, but it's better than an upgrade because for everyone, and you just play before Black Cat's in play. So it's essentially a 2-cost upgrade if you want a Voltron and ally for that. And maybe Moon Knight behind Luke. The Moon Knight ally? Because he takes constant damage, right? Is that Spectrum behind Echo? Spectrum behind Echo? What do you mean? That's Misty Knight. So let me see. This is Daredevil. We got Luke Cage, Iron Fist. We got Misty Knight. We got Echo, and we have Jessica Jones and Spider-Man right there. Are you guys seeing Moon Knight somewhere? Am I tripping? Is there a Moon Knight? Is It's like some of this white stuff, Moon Knight. I can't really tell. But yeah, that's okay. This card kind of like saved, not this one. I mean, this card works really well with this card. I think the two cards combined are really cool. But this card works by itself, which is why I think it's cool. I feel like this card here, you want it with like Righteous Purpose and with like Misty Knight. So I feel like I'm less of a fan of this card because you need many other cards to like make it like decent and good. I feel like this card, there's many cool things you can do with like other heroes too without those specific cards to make it good. But it can get even better with that, right? Like defense formation, giving a tough on an ally that has 1 hit point left is really nice for the buff that they get with this. So yeah, this card is my favorite leadership card that we've seen in this pack so far. Very, very cool. Okay, the Defenders are a tight-knit group, and they often team up to take down criminals that threaten New York City. The event card Dynamic Duel embodies this by letting you search for both a team-up card and its associate ally in one go, letting you call on Luke's Unbreakable Bond. What does this do? 2-cost event. Okay, it's not a team-up card, but it seems like one. Action, search your deck and discard pile for a team-up card, and an ally named by that card's team-up keyword. Add the card to your hand shuffle. Oof. I don't think I like this card at all. For a 2-cost event. I mean, it has to be 2 costs to be balanced, but yeah, because okay, so I'm thinking like it's 3 ER to play Dynamic Duel. So like let's say I have a 6-card hand size, right? 6-card hand size. 3 ER to play Dynamic Duel. I get now my team card and the ally that I want in my hand. If I play the ally, like it's usually gonna be a 3-cost like ally. I play the ally. That's 4 ER. But then I have one more card, that team card in my hand. Like it's tough unless you got zero cost team card. If you have more common table, then it's fine. But like it's still very, like you're essentially at best spend your entire hand to play Dynamic Duel, play the ally, and play a team card. At worst, you play Dynamic Duel and you're not able to play both the ally and a team card. And even worse than that, if you only have the 5-card hand size, then you're just playing like an ally. It's like an ally. Ooh, wait. An ally tutor? Wait a minute. Is this card better than I thought? No, it has to be. Void says it's suited for team-ups. Yeah, so like what I'm thinking of right now, okay, this is what I'm thinking. Can you have 3 copies of this card? So there are some heroes that I think will pop up with this. Yeah, you can have 3 copies of this. So okay. Silk is the ultimate hero with this, is what I'm thinking. Okay, guys, hold up. Oh, I'm lagging. My Mars CDB is not loading. Is Mars CDB down? Let's pull up Hall of Heroes. Is my internet working? Oh, my internet's not down. Okay, internet's working. It's Mars CDB is not loading for me right now. But let me pull up Silk. Guys, this is so good with Silk. Okay, so Silk's team-up card. Where is it? Is investigative journalism. Okay, it says Cindy Moon and Peter Parker. And Peter Parker. Oh, it's not on here? Come on. Oh, Marvel CDB loaded. Let's pull up Marvel CDB. So where is the basic ally, guys? Here we go. Is this wild resource? This is a wild resource. So why is there no art, guys? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Basic ally. Here we go. So okay, Marvel CDB is not low. Okay, it's loading here. Okay, so if we use this as a suit up, it's really good for heroes that are able to suit it up. And there's not a lot of heroes that can suit this up in an effective way. Like Spider-Man probably doesn't care about suiting up for Black Cat, right? So this card's not that good. Or sorry, not Black Cat. He'll get Silk, the Production Silk ally. We don't really want this for Silk. Or for Spider-Man Peter Parker as a hero, because his team up with Silk is like, you're playing protection for that Silk ally. That ally is not that great. But if we use Dynamic Duel as a tutor for Silk to tutor up Spider-Man Peter Parker, that's really good because you also get another resource to your hand. So it's essentially a suit that you can use in hero form, but only for that one ally. So yeah, I think that that's a good use for that for a hero like that. So there are going to probably be a few heroes in the game where like it's actually good value in that way, but that's kind of not the intended use for it, right? The intended use is actually play a team of card with it, with the ally, and not use it as a suit up type of like just recurring the ally. So yeah, yeah. So I definitely like the card more. Um, I think that some heroes would like it a lot more. It depends on the suit up thing. Now it says when will Silk Ally become not good? I mean, so the Silk Ally is good. Okay, it's a good protection ally. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not. I'm not saying. Okay, maybe I oversay it's not good. It's you don't suit up for the ally. Like you don't usually make the call for the ally. You know what I mean? It's not an ally that's yeah. Mars CB is lagging for me right now, so it's not quite loading. But like compared to like Spider-Man, Peter Parker here, or compared to like Nick Fury or Moon Girl, who are usually suit up targets, I don't think you're normally suiting up for that protection silk ally. You know what I mean? Like it's a 2 cost ally, 1 throw, 1 attack, and 2 hit points. You know, it has a good effect to get rid of an encounter card, but you know, it's oh here it's loading a little bit slow on the loading still. But yeah, I mean, I think it's I mean you can suit it up. It's not gonna be the most valuable, right? If you can because getting Spider-Man Peter Parker changed the game oftentimes. You know what I mean? Because when you get him into play, he's helping you activate so many more times throughout the course of the game. But even on tempo, like you play him for 3, he's throwing for 2, he ready you back up to throw for 2 again. That's just like really good, you know? So I think usually you don't really want to use this if you're playing Spider-Man Hero. But yeah, I think in multiplayer, there's a lot of cool things that you can do with this in multiplayer. Yeah, I think in multiplayer is a lot better because you can usually play the team card, and the ally will be like a resource, I guess. You know? Yeah, and it depends on how good the team card is too. If the team card is like really good, then it's like better to use this card. So this is a fine card. I don't hate it. It's better than I thought for my initial impression on the card. But yeah, okay. Both a team up and associate ally in one go. So yeah, very similar to suit up. Let me call on Luke's Unbreakable Bond. So it's the same team up with Jessica Jones. Yeah, I think it's the same one. You need Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. 1 per deck, 1 cost event. Hero action Thor. Remove threat from a scheme. Heal total 3 damage among Jessica Jones. Is this the same one? I don't remember. I think it is. Heroic says, I don't usually ever run Peter Parker Spider-Man with so really too much effort trying to get those resources. What? Really? I don't think I've ever run Silk without Peter Parker Spider-Man because I feel like he's so good. It also depends if the ally is a strategic ally. It might not be worth to include a deck card from an aspect. Just search for yeah, true. Another point. Yeah. I think Dynamic Duo is fine. Like it's a balance card. I think there's fun things you can do with it. I think there are times that it could be super powerful if you're suiting up for Spider-Man Peter Parker playing Silk, for example. I think there's other allies in the game where like you want to suit them up, like other identity-specific allies that have a team up that are so good that you actually want to suit up for them. You want to pay an extra resource to get that ally out. Game Guy says Luke Cage looks good. I just caught up on his cards. Defender allies look like they would be hard for enemy to take out. Yeah. It looks like a defensive ally group. Yeah, but this card here, Unbreakable Bond, heal a total of 3. Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's good that it's a cheaper team card, so Luke can play more easily. But he needs economy to play everything in 1 turn if he's going to dynamic duo for Jessica. So if we try to just play this card as intended, right? 3 ER for dynamic duo. You get Jessica Jones and the team of cards to your hand, and it's 3 resources to play Jessica Jones. Oh, wait. Yeah. So it's 3 ER to play a card. Okay. 3 ER to play Jessica Jones, and then 3 resources to play Jessica Jones. I mean, so that's 6. Sorry, guys, my math's like messed up here. And then 1 more resource to play a team of card. So it's gonna be 7 ER. Yeah, 7 ER for Luke to dynamic duo Jessica Jones and play a team of card. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, 7 ER. So you need to have I mean you can do this on turn 1 with Luke Cage because he gets that card to his hand. But yeah, I mean it's not bad. It's not bad for sure. It's not great though. I think it's balanced. So yeah, I think there's fun broken things that you can do with the card. He's got a Danny Rand team of card. Oh, this might be better. This might be better. 0 cost event, attack team up for Luke and Iron Fist. Do 2 damage to an enemy and give a tough to a character. Okay. This makes Dynamic Duel a lot better. I think that this is the card that we want. because with this, it's gonna be 6 ER, right? Let's see, dynamic duo is 3 ER. The Iron Fist ally is 3 cost. So yeah, 6 ER, and then you play this event for free. Yeah, yeah. So if you have 6 effective resources, you can tutor Iron Fist, play him. He can throw attack, and you play this, which gives you a free tough. This is a great team of card. You need this team of card for Luke. This is a great way for him to get a tough. So what I really like about this is that you can play him in protection and use the protection Iron Fist, which wants to stay in play anyways, so that when you play this team of card, you get a tough for Luke. This is like Luke's best like team of card. Louis Simon, welcome to the chat, dude. Just saw Arco. Holy moly, Luke seems awesome. Yeah, Luke seems really great. I'm really excited for Luke here. I'm even more excited for Dynamic Duo. I've been working on a Spider-Man Staslock deck. Spider-Man Staslock? Oh, for Miles, right? Gonna fetch Silk and invest. No, Spider-Man Peter Parker. Or recur them is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, but then that has to be protection though, right? Yeah, I was just talking about how I'm not the biggest fan of that, but I think for Silk, it's a lot more fun. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So yeah, this is a really cool card though. Yeah, I think that Luke definitely wants to play leadership or protection. And he always wants to include an Iron Fist ally because this is his best tough card. His best way to get a tough. It's a 0 cost event to get a tough. You just need to have Iron Fist in play. Let me find the protection Iron Fist ally. Yeah. So I think I want to play protection more with Luke, which makes sense with his like defending type of like skills. And then we have Iron Fist here with this. Like he wants to stay in play for the stuns anyways. The stuns is counteractive with what Luke wants to do, but it's fine. But he wants to be in play because he has mystic counters, and then you can play team of card in protection with this Iron Fist. You can really pop off here. Getting a free tough, yeah. That Expo says, could Iron Fist identity a specific ally be Luke? Would make sense, but Jessica already has him. Oof. I feel like it makes sense that it's Luke, but I think there's no way, right? Is it possible that 2 heroes in the same wave have the same identity specific ally with 2 different like techs? It could be. It could be. Like it very well could be. I would like guns in my head. I would say no, but I think it's possible. Yeah. Ready for action is a leadership card he will love. Ready for action. What does that do? Look that up. Ready for action. Is that from Red Skull? Ready for action. Rise of Red Skull. That Spiral Woman card. Give it ally control a tough. Oh yeah, this is a great card for Misty Knight. Kind of. I don't know. Kind of like I'm not a big fan of these things. Like even for Misty Knight, like if you play this card just for Misty Knight, for her to activate, you're spending 2 ER to remove 3 threat, essentially, right, for Misty Knight. So even that, I don't think it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, if you got the whole combo off where Misty Knight is at 1 hit point because of Righteous Purpose, and then you give her a tough, and then she can, throw for 5 or attack for 5, then then it's 2 ER for 5. But yeah, there's a lot of setup. I like that you need a lot of setup for it. It makes it weaker, but it makes it more fun and more well worth it to like get all that off, So I think there's good incentives for that. Bird for Action is one of the most underrated cards. Yeah, I'm definitely underrating it. I'm not a big fan of that card, to be honest. But we might get a reprint of that, actually. But yeah, I'm really liking the team up here for Luke and Iron Fist. I like this team up more than this team up. I just like getting Luke a tough stats card for 0 cost. I think that's really good. And then with his friends as side and his own indomitable power, Luke Cage is sure to remind the criminals on Kingman's payroll that no one messes with the people of New York. Nice, we got Luke Cage right here. Harlem's hero was unbreakable skin and his strong bonds with his fellow defenders. Luke Cage is a potent and tough hero and a strong addition to any team. Look forward to taking on Kingpin and his criminal empire as Luke Cage when the Luke Cage hero pack arrives alongside Jessica Jones this August. Nice, so it's coming out with Jessica Jones. You can pre-order your own copy of Luke Cage at your local retailer or online through a web store today. Written by Peter Shoemaker. Awesome, guys. All right. Oh, we can't see again. Shoot. I just read the whole thing. All right, guys. So I meant to share this. And yeah, we basically just read this here. With his friends as side and his own indomitable power, Luke Cage is sure to remind the criminals on Kingpin's payroll that no one messes with the people of New York. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Void, for letting me know. And then I just read this here that, yeah, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, they're coming together this August. And yeah, you can pre-order your own copy of the Luke Cage Hero Pack. Yeah, all right, guys, that's Luke Cage. Chikoresta says, Ready for Action is definitely underrated. Played some decks with it, and it's always worth it. Okay, okay. Next post says, maybe Swordmaster could be his identity-specific ally for Iron Fist. Okay. But that's all I can think of, assuming he has one. Oh, yeah, he may not have one too, right? You know, oh, we have a Luke Cage protection ally in the core set. Yeah, I'm thinking we have to have a aspect Luke Cage ally for Iron Fist to use a team up card. So that might be the reason why we might not be getting the Iron Fist identity ally for Luke Cage, because you have to have the core set to play, and core set has Luke Cage as an ally already, you know? So I think that might be it. Void says, looks fun. I think he would be better with protection rather than leadership. I think so too. I think protection is going to be really good for him. I don't mind him with the leadership pre-con though. I think it's fine. I think it adds some cool cards to the card pool. Not really that. I think he might have the most underwhelming pre-con. Like the really only card that I like is the Righteous Purpose. It's kind of like the only card that I think is really, really cool. The other stuff is like not my favorite, to be honest. Even this Iron Fist ally, I don't think he's like the coolest ally. Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like Groot, the Groot ally, right? Or Groot heals for 2 if he lives attack and his 6 life, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably the most underwhelming pre-con that I've seen so far. But we haven't seen all the cards yet. And but Luke looks really fun, like himself though. So he looks super cool. Oh guys, we had this poll right. What was this poll? Who looks strong? Okay. 39% of people voted for Colossus and 61% voted for Luke Cage. Okay. So you guys think Luke Cage looks stronger. Okay, let's do another poll here. Okay, so we're talking about Luke Cage aspect. Let me see. Which aspect do you want to play Luke in? Okay, so let's do his leadership. That's pre-con. Do protection. Let me think. Justice? I feel like there's not really anything else in Justice, right? I think let's do Pool. I think Pool might be fun with Luke. And Aggression or Justice for the last option, because I'm only allowed to have 4 options here in the poll. Let's do Aggression. I feel like I don't know if he's doing much in Justice. Let's see this poll here. See what you guys think. Justice might actually be good because, like, honestly, flipping down to Alter Ego. Maybe I should. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do another poll after this. I'm gonna put Justice here in the poll because I feel like Justice might actually be really good. I think I missed out on that. Adventure Zombie says 49 likes. Can we get one more? Yeah, thank you guys. We're up to 50 likes. Web-Warrior Fanatic doesn't pay me. Yeah, I don't pay you, but I appreciate you. I just like seeing those big numbers. Yeah. I found that liking the video helps it push out more. So yeah, thank you, Adventure Zombie, for always reminding me, and thank you for everyone in chat who liked the video. You guys enjoying this live stream? Please give the video a like. It's really fun doing this video with you guys and reacting in real time to Luke Cage. Game Guy says, I'm going to stick with leadership because I don't want to dismantle my Colossus deck for Luke. Oh, you got Protection Colossus deck? Yeah, the Ready for Fight, so we need that. Void says, Ready for Fight, Hidden Base, Iron Fist, Ally, Tough Preserve, Tufts with a stun. Yeah. Heroic says, I want to pick Justice. Okay, I'm going to do another poll here with Justice here. Looks like the vote is... okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to do another poll. I'm going to take out pool because no one's voting for pool. And we're getting votes in other aspects. So let's redo the poll here really quick. I apologize for that. Which aspect want to play Luke in? So I have another poll here. Get your votes in for this new poll. Leadership, protection, justice. I think justice is going to be a good one for him. And aggression. Are you watching the World Cup? I am not. I'm not much of a soccer fan. The last time I watched, I think it was a World Cup with like Messi whenever he won. Yeah. So like that was really cool, but I'm usually not much of a soccer fan. I am watching the NBA Finals though. It's crazy though that, man, I don't know if you guys saw the game last night. The Spurs were up like 30. They're up like 29. And it was like the craziest comeback from the Knicks. All right, what am I doing here? You know what I want to do, guys? We're gonna let me do a poll after this poll. But I want to actually do a deck build here for Luke Cage, like just a fun deck build. King Yellow says biggest choke on the Spurs end, dude. So like I'm this year I wasn't really too. This is probably like the least invested I've ever been in the NBA, because I just don't like the Thunder. I feel like the Thunder are not fun to watch, and the fact that they're like winning and like the best team in the league is tough for me because I just don't like watching them play. I don't like their play style. I don't like drawing fouls and stuff like that. So like, yeah, I wasn't watching NBA, and then I caught like parts of the Thunder versus Spurs series. So like I didn't really watch the Spurs all season. But it's crazy that Wembanyama is like, I think he's like 22. He's like one of the best players in the league. I think he won Defensive Player of the Year, which is insane for being so young. And I think he was high up the MVP votes as well. So like I don't think anyone's won MVP and Defensive Player since Jordan, right? So like that's insane. And then so I'm kind of a fan of Wemby now because he took down the team I dislike. So since Wemby took down the Thunder, I'm like a Wemby fan. And then but he's not playing the best right now against the Knicks. So yeah, yeah, like if Wemby won his first finals this year and his first finals MVP, he would be the start of like making the case of like potentially being like one of the best players in history. Because like very few players have won this early on in their career. Like Jordan and LeBron and Curry, like all these players had to like hit their prime to like start winning, right? So if Wemby won right now, that would be insane. And I think only Magic Johnson has won a Finals MVP like this young. So yeah, but it looks tough for them to win right now. I feel like they're not gonna win, now that they're down 1-3. But yeah, it would have been so cool to watch history of like seeing like this like phenomenon of like this player. But yeah, Brunson is insane, guys. He's been like this way since last year's playoffs. I don't know what's going on. He's the most clutch player in the NBA. And I'm not a big Brunson fan. I just don't know. I'm just not a fan of his. But I can't deny that he's a clutch player in the NBA right now, for sure. In the last 2 years, he's the most clutch player. He's so freaking good. Um, I just don't. He makes all of his shots. I don't know what is going on. Like the guy is insane. Um, and I'm not a big Cat fan, so that's why I was not a big Knicks fan. Like last year, I was rooting for the Pacers against the Knicks because there's like two clutch teams. But I'm not a big fan of Cat, and then Brunson I'm not a big fan of either. But Brunson is like he is made of steel, dude. He is Luke Cage. He's super tough. Okay, let me see here in the poll. Okay, so you guys voted 64% protection, 21% leadership, and then 7% for Justin aggression. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys: should we end the stream, or do you guys want to make a protection Luke Cage deck right here? Do you want to build a protection Luke deck right now? Yes or no? Yeah. And if you guys vote no, we'll just call it streamer. But if you guys want to, we can make a little fun protection deck here. So what we'll do is we'll just use Angel here as like the thing, and then we're just gonna build a quick deck here for Luke Cage. If you guys want to see me do, but I'll do a poll here. But yeah, I mean, are there any NBA fans here in the chat, guys? I don't know if you guys are big NBA watchers here. I'm not. Like I said, like this is the year that I'm the least invested on the NBA. But yeah, I'm hyping the Fonz right now, so definitely want to watch if the Knicks can close it out next game at San Antonio. But I'm rooting for the Spurs because I feel like Wemby took down Thunder, and I don't know the Knicks could beat the Thunder. So I think that because he took down Thunder, which I dislike, I want them to win it all because they took down like that like juggernaut team. Lucy Moan says only if you include the Pericles in the deck. I mean, I can include it. I'm trying to think. How can Luke afford it? It's not worth it for Luke. Sorry, dude. I don't think I'm going to include it, actually. I feel like you are joking, but I don't think I'm going to include it because I feel like it's not worth it for Luke to get two toughs. It's basically 3 resources for each tough, right? And the 6 cost is like tough for him to pay for. Is it 5 costs or 6 costs? So something high, The next post says, I only watch combat sports. Super excited for the UFC White House card. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'm not a big UFC watcher, I think the last combat I watched was, I think it was Mike Tyson versus what's his name? Jake Paul. Yeah, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul was probably the last like fight that I watched. So that probably shows like how little sports I watch or how little fighting stuff I watch, because that was a while back, and that was like that wasn't really a real fight, right? It was like more of like a fun match, because Mike Tyson's like, long retired. Heroic Skeleton says, I'm not bad as New York. Oh, you're New York. Oh, dude, New Yorkers are like going insane right now. Like the Knicks, dude, what Brunson and Cat are doing for New York City is insane. Yeah, it is a good time to be a New Yorker right now, I think. Yeah, there's so many celebs at the games too. Lucy Simone says, yeah, probably not. Yeah, for the Pericles. Heroic says, UFC fell off hard years ago. I used to love it. Yeah, I haven't seen too much. Jimbo says, I just followed the Lakers being from LA. Okay. And know a bit about basketball since my brothers and dad love it. I follow professional wrestling. Okay. And Da Bosen, I don't know what that is, has played a huge role for Knicks. Oh, is that one of the players? Dan Balson? Yeah, I like I said, I am like the least following basketball than I ever have this year. Is he one of the players for Knicks, or is he like the coach or something? Dane Balson? I can't even pronounce that. Boyd says, Doctor Strange, Misty Knight, leadership pair with protection. Luke seems fun. Oh, yeah. Doctor Strange with Luke. Dan Halson. Dan Halson. He's a comedy wrestler. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, all right. You guys are voting 92%. Yes. Okay, let's go and do this. We're gonna do really quickly here. We're gonna do a quick protection deck build for Luke Cage, and then we're gonna call it stream. Okay, so I think I want the Iron Fist. Oh, you know what's annoying though? There's a lot of new cards I can't include. Well, not Pericles, right? Right, Iron Fist, but then I can't include the team up card. So let's just do, what's a team up card? Like, we can't proxy stuff here in Marvel CDB, unfortunately. Okay, so I still want the ally there. I don't know what to do for a team up card. And there's a lot of new protection cards in Echoes pack that I can't deck build here because it's not uploaded yet to Marvel CDB because the cards aren't released. So I think Hidden Base is great for him. I think we're ready for a fight. It's really fun. Let's go 3 first, and we'll see what we want to do if we want to keep 3. Let's go practice plan. We'll go 2. Let's go change of fortune. I really like this card with Luke. I use defeat an enemy during build phase. You can exhaust, draw 2 cards. So I won't retaliate with it. So let's just put 2 for now. I might draw it down to 1 because you only have 1 anyways. How do we get retaliate? What are we? I don't want electrostatic armor because I have to defend for it. Ronin suit is going to be a way to get retaliate. That's not uploaded yet. Okay, we're gonna put the, what's that card called? The Iron Man upgrade with his art on it. Dauntless. We're gonna put Dauntless. I don't want to include Dauntless because I don't think Luke will have hit points equal to his main hit point. But we're gonna substitute Dauntless as a proxy. It's gonna be a proxy for the Ronin suit. How else can we gain retaliate, guys? Is there another way? Perseverance. What does that do? Let's see. Change form, get it tough. Yeah. Let's put 2 for now. Yeah, because it's like a worse or hidden base, I think. Let's see. Using tough hidden base is almost a must. Yeah, hidden base. Yeah. Sorry guys, I should have checked the chat more. So that's gonna give you a tough. Maybe. Let's check it. What is it? Yeah, it's only 2 costs. So yeah, playing it for 1 cost and then Luke Dorset out. I think that's a good include. I don't think I want electrostatic armor because you have to defend. So like, it's after you defend against attack, you do 1 damage on character. I'm not gonna be defending minion hits. So it would depend if Luke has a way to defend without exhausting with those upgrades. If you can do that, then I'll include this. But for now, I think I will include this. Is there any more retaliate cards? Is it what's a team up card, by the way? Let's do what is that card called? I can't investigative journalism. So this would be our team up like pseudo proxy card for the Iron Fist Luke Cage team because I really want that. I really want the Iron Fist Luke Cage team up, and I include this card here, Dynamic Duel. I don't know how I'm going to proxy this card, but I want to proxy that card too. So we're here with the deck. Okay, we're up to 29 cards. I think we include the 3 basic doubles, right? Yeah, this is 2 cost. This is 2 cost. Yeah, he's got some decent like 2-cost cards. Yeah, so I think we go basically doubles here. Cut both ways from Civil War. Oh, wait, is that popping up? Did I type it wrong? Cut both ways. Event. That's a good shout out. Good shout out, Luis Simon. Holy cow. Yeah, yeah. That's that card. I bet that card was made with Luke in mind. What's it called? Oh, cuts both ways. So here we go. When enemy attacks, you guarantee 1, and it's a defense. Okay, you know what? We put 3 copies of this. Let's put electrostatic armor in then. Yeah, because now we're defending. Each time we play cuts both ways, we are considered defending because it has a defense word, and we guarantee 1. Yeah, this is really more for the retaliate 1, so we can proc our change of fortune. I think we come get me bub. Do we come get me bub, guys? Because if we come get me bub, we get a tough, we get a heal, and we get a minion, and Luke is like a minion slayer. We want to get the minion for change of fortune, and we can easily kill them with the retaliate after they attack us. And we have the toughs. So I think we come get me, but we're already up to 40 cards or 39 cards. Come get me bub for sure. Yeah. With that in mind, you can play hard to ignore, or even Jocasta. I don't think I want to run too much defense. I don't think so, because I don't think we're only defending with the cut both ways for now. It depends if the 2 missing cards in Luke's kit are both also defense events. Then I probably will go Jocasta and hard to ignore. But I think for now, I'm fine not defending. I'm fine having only 1 card right here that procs all defense off of defending, and it's only a 1-cost upgrade. So this is my only thing that needs me to defend to proc. Everything else is fine. Everything else works in kit. So let's trim the deck a little bit here. We don't have 2 allies, and it's fine having low allies because we have the Tuss. Yeah, we have many ways to get Tuss with the Come Get Me Bub with Hidden Base. I like to cut both ways. Perseverance is good. Yeah, I think we have a good amount of ways to get Tufts here. With this, our only thwarting is our thwart event and Luke's actual thwart activation. Hard Knocks could be good. That could be a good one too. I don't know if I want to include it in the deck right now, though. I think if you want to go defending route, you really want to invest in that. Yeah. So I think right now we're just going not full defending. So let's trim a change of fortune. I like it, but let's trim it down because I need some sort of thwarting that's not tied into defending. Is that going to be just an ally? I need a little bit more thwarting. Matt, welcome back from the store, dude. Taunt. Bait and switch. I don't know if I want those though. Is Dauntless worth it when you're taking 1 damage? So Dauntless is a swap in here for the Ronin suit, because the Ronin suit's not in Mars CDB yet, but this is gonna be our Ronin suit proxy for Mars CDB. You also have Ronin, so you don't want any allies. Yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, Ronin. Guys, am I missing a retaliate card by the way though? But I think Ronin and the ally thing won't work. So I think I take out the team up stuff. Because what's Ronin do again? Let me look up the Echo Precon. What's Ronin doing? Oh, we could use this if we go no allies. Yeah. For the raise, and we can just store it more for 2. Ronin says you don't control any allies. You get so we have no allies. So I feel the team up. Yeah. So I think we're taking out team up because we have proxies anyways. I like the team up a lot, but it's okay. We have other ways to get tough. So we're gonna take out Iron Fist. We're gonna take up the team up card. Where's our team up card? This, and then we don't have to proxy the other card either. And then I think we go. Yeah, we have Ronin included already. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, so we took those cards out the team up card in the ally. Rogue with the bracers. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Is there another retaliate that we can get, guys? I want more retaliate for a change of fortune here, but we got this. We're gonna go. What's that card called? Oh man. What doesn't kill me? We're not actually including it. It's gonna be proxies. The what doesn't kill me is gonna be 3 proxies for our for army 1. I think we want army 1s here. This is a 1 cost for 2 Thor, essentially, right? Because this can ready up Luke, and he can Thor more. So, or he can attack others minions. So I think this would be our good Thor here. This can be good thwarting for Luke. In addition to a thwart event, which will hopefully thwart for 5 if we get enough toughs. And we'll have Ronin here as well. We could also include this. No, we don't want this. We don't have a defense stat. Also made my table meat grown when I use vapors of Valtor and Gilgamesh. Oh, nice. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool with the Gilgamesh combo. Heroic says Patriot is cool for him with come get me buff. He can defend for you and you can save your toughs. Different build than what you're doing. Oh yeah, but I can't have allies. Yeah, because I want to go for the Ronin suits retaliate. That's the only reason I can't. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, because I really want this suit here. It's just a retaliate 1. But is there any other retaliate? I thought we saw one more card. Huh? No more retaliate. Oh man, okay. What's a retaliate gonna go to? That's the question. What are we looking at out of retaliate? Well, retaliate 1 with the Ronin suit. We have this doesn't count unless we defend. And we have retaliate 2 more in Luke's kit with his bracers. So we'll have retaliate 3 with no allies in play. 3 retaliate. I don't think we go Dauntless here. I'm using Dauntless as a proxy because Dauntless, Luke's will always be taking damage because each time you use a tough, you take a damage, you know? So I feel like I won't be able to keep my hit points that high. So retaliate 3, potentially retaliate 4 with cut. So we have retaliate 3. If we cut both ways, we have retaliate 4 and we retaliate 5 essentially with the electrostatic armor. So if we can play cut both ways, if we have the event, is retaliate 5. If we don't have the event, we're at retaliate 3. Flow like water is good too. I don't think we're defending enough. Repost might be good. Repost or powerful punch might be good too. When you're defending, we get +2. No, I don't like defending. I think maybe powerful punch then. Just because we have Lucas art too. But just as a way to do damage. Excelsior. Oh yeah, good shot, man, for Excelsior. Yeah, that's a card missing. Excelsior for sure. Oh, it's after we defend though. Yeah, maybe not because of the defending thing. Let's go powerful punch. Man, ton of events here. Ton of events. So I think we go powerful punch. Yeah, this is just a way for us to do damage if we can't do damage. Cut both ways only seems good here in multiplayer. Cuts both ways only seems good here in multiplayer. Really? Let me think. Okay, so if we have retaliate 3, okay, villain phase happens. No, I think it's fine because if we play cuts both ways whenever the minion attacks us, okay, then we get retaliate 1, and we're also defending, so we can trigger electrostatic armor. So then we hit for 5, and then if we kill the minion, then we can draw 2 a change of fortune. I feel like, but then we put in powerful punch. I don't. So deck size is way too big right now, I think. But we can also add in infallible as a card that's not always proc, but it procs if we can play cut both ways or powerful punch. I don't want to invest too much in perfect defense, but we can have these like low priority cards. But almost I don't want to include it because I feel like our deck space is already kind of short right now, you know. Cut both ways is really good, and Nightcrawler hurt. Yeah, for sure. Get their attention is the same rate as armor is 1, but it's also defensive event. It's the same rate as armor is 1, is it? I know I'm not big on that card though, but let me see. Get their 2 costs to remove 3 threat. I like the armor of 1 because this is 3 ER for 3 threat. This is 2 ER for 2 threat. But you have some more versatility with the armor 1, I feel like just to get it ready, because then you can like also attack, right? I feel like this is just like in generally good. And I feel like this, I don't know, it's fine. I think I prefer to keep it this way. Dex Pool, thank you for joining the chat, dude. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of your week too. Energy Barrier, it can take out bigger minions. Unflappable even trigger. Yeah, let's not. Unflappable only triggers if Luke, oh, with his thing. I think it still triggers because he's not taking damage from the attack. But yeah, you're right. It may not trigger. I mean, yeah, either way, unflappable. Let me see. After you defend against attack, you do take damage. You defend though, yeah, with a tough. So yeah, yeah. Okay, let's not include it. Yeah. So maybe perfect defense isn't the way if he's taking damage from defending. Mel Bracer protects him. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No. It cannot. It cannot. Yeah, yeah. It says here in the article, the metal bracer, the bracers can't not reduce the unpreventable damage from Luke's. Yeah, so you have to take that damage there. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, it looks like it's a little bit hard. Something's really smooth, but yeah. So I'm thinking a no ally build is gonna be really fun with Luke though. Yeah, we can definitely go no allies, and then a build similar to this. We can maybe. Do I want to do 2 copies of this? Drop some copies down. Maybe we don't need so many powerful punches. I think I want the ready. I think I like perseverance there too. So I feel like this is the build I'm going here with Luke here, guys. So the only thing that requires no allies is the Ronin Suits Retaliate one, and this card here, which is a swap in for our army of 1, and then the Ronin Suits a swap in for Dauntless. So okay, I think this will be the build. Can I get it down to 40? Let me think. Yeah, I feel like we'll have decent thwarting. I feel like the thwarting's not going to be bad. We just got to make sure that we're on top of it. I almost want to drop Perseverance. Give your hero a tough. Because hidden base is just so much better. Change other form, we get a tough. It's not bad. Let's keep 2 copies. Sirius says, I disagree, you're not preventing the damage, you're reducing by 1. No. Like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Are we talking about the metal bracer? Because the metal bracer literally says that you can't reduce it. Like right here. Like it says, like Peter wrote in the article that bracers cannot reduce the damage. But okay, let's read the text on metal bracers. What does it say? When my damage will be dealt to loot, you exhaust it to reduce the damage by 1. Yeah, but this is damage taken. So I wonder, yeah, we're not sure if other stuff can prevent it though. You're still taking the damage. It just so happens your damage is now 0 instead of 1. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about right now. Unreal damage isn't dealt, it's taken. Yeah, but yeah, so like it does make a distinction there, but it doesn't matter either way because it's just like plainly stated that the bracers cannot block it anyways. But I'm not sure for other card interactions how that work. Lucimon says, I also think he'll have enough tough generation in his deck that he'll need a ton from aspect. That he'll have enough tough generation in his deck that he does not need a ton. Yeah, I think so too. I think let's take out the perseverance because yeah, let's take out the perseverance there because we have hidden base as a reliable way to get tough. We have all this in-kit stuff. We have a stored event. We have his alter ego thing. So do we want to include like a Professor X? Is that so that he could flip down more? I kind of want to do a Professor X here because sure, he's an ally, so we can't get Ronin suit, but he only stays in play for 1 turn. So I think Professor X might round things out for us a little bit here. Yeah, so I think Professor X. Do I want a heli carrier though too? Let's just add it in and we'll see if we want to take it out. Heli carrier? Heli carrier hidden base. We don't know what his persona support is. So I think let's do build support. Because he has no economy outside of this. Right? He doesn't really have any economy. So this is what we got so far. So we're back up to 42, but I'm liking I feel better with the Helicare in a build support here. Like I just 1 economy card, I think it's enough for him. He doesn't really need too much, but just having some extra generation is nice. How about adding I can do this all day? Ooh, that's a Captain America card, right? What does that do again? When your enemy attacks a clear hero as a defender with exhaustion. No, I'm not a fan of this because like you can just exhaust to defend it. Like the 2 ER to play this is kind of like the same as like readying up and just like defending yourself, you know? And I think we want to go away from defending here with the build because we're not doing perfect defense stuff. I think he won't play that well with perfect defense with his unpreventable damage, dealing him a damage, you know? Won't need. Yeah. Okay. So okay. I'm liking this a lot better here. I think we may just keep it at 42 because I want to keep all 3 copies of this. I like to come get me Bub because I feel it's good to get a minion to proc the change of fortune. And this is our main economy card in the deck. That's like our main thing. We want to defeat the minions there. I like, yeah, just having 2 copies Power Punch is not bad. So that we can proc change of fortune for like bigger minions. Yeah, to defeat during villain phase. Yeah, okay. I feel like this is the deck here, guys. All right, we have 42 cards in the deck, but we got 2 player sizings here, which will thin the deck out a little bit after we clear them off. So yeah, okay. All right, this is our deck here. Let's do Luke Cage. Luke Cage. What is it? What should we say? Luke Cage plan. Luke Cage theory craft. Okay. And then for the notes here, we'll do what doesn't kill me is proxied for army of 1. And what's it called? Dauntless is proxied for Ronin. Okay. All right. And I will post this in the chat if you guys want to see it. But yeah, okay. I think this would be our Luke Cage deck here. Call the deck Take a Seat. Take a seat. I don't know if I get it. What's the strategy here with the to take a seat thing? Sorry, I'm not good with puns, guys. I'm not villain theory. We're not as punny here. I also kind of want to include Gambit, to be honest, instead of X. But no, Gambit stays in play, so I feel like X is better for just the straight up confuse. Yeah. All right, guys, this is our deck. Alexi, welcome to the chat, dude. We just finished up the stream. We are calling the stream right now, guys. I just built a Luke Cage deck here in protection. We just theory crafted one. And I'll put it as a pinned comment in this video as well, in addition to our card count here for Luke Cage. So yeah, we're going to put that in. But I'm glad you were able to join before we ended here. Mapper says Alter Ego is sitting. LOL, a Chris Hansen reference. Oh, Chris Hansen. Okay. Take a seat. Yeah, that's a fun name, dude. I'll be excited to see your deck whenever you get out. I just realized that art here is really cool. Is this gonna be in a card? Wait, this gotta be in a card, right? Am I tripping? Do they ever wait? This must be the event. Because guys, every single time they have like this little art right here, like Jessica Jones, this is her alias investigations card. Daredevil is his Man Without Fear. So like this is always, at least in this wave, it's always been an actual art on a card that the hero has, right? Whatever the card there is. Yeah, it could also be the poster art, but it's his hero card art. No, his hero card is this, right? I thought it was this. Let me see. Yeah, so he has the alter ego art where he's sitting in a chair, and he got the hero card art here. So this card art right here, do you guys see it? Am I tripping? Yeah, you guys see it. So this right here is gotta be a card. And I think we can speculate enough that this should be his event, like a defense event giving him a I think that this stays in line with like our prediction of a defense event giving him a tough here. Because I can't really see that as a support. I can't really see it as 2 copies of the same upgrade, right? Like why would, like if this was the upgrade, it would be like what? The light pole or like his clothes. That doesn't make sense for an upgrade, you know what I mean? Because his clothes always get torn up. So I feel like it would not be his clothes for 2 copies of the same upgrade. So I feel like this got to be an event, some sort of like Indomitable type of event to give him a tough, maybe like a defense event to give him like, strong. Yeah. So I feel like that, I'm pretty sure that's got to be the art here for his 2 and 3, 2 out of 15 and 3 out of 15 cards. I feel that's it, guys. I feel like and I feel like it makes sense for this type of art to look like a defense event. Okay, guys, that's my prediction there. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be that. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, tell everyone, guys, that this is gonna be Luke Cage's card art for like one of the missing cards in his deck, and it's gonna be his event card either being a defensive end or like some way to give him a tough. That's fair to match. And the card art here looks super duper cool. This art looks cooler than the art here, I think. This is awesome. This should have been his hero art. But yeah, all right, guys. That is it for the stream, guys. Sorry, Lexi, that you just joined, but yeah, we went through all of his cards. I will post his card count thing as a pinned comment, and I'll also post the little fun like theory crowd production deck that we built right here. With What Doesn't Kill Me, Proxy for Army 1, and Dauntless for Ronin. I think I can definitely play this deck. I think this deck's gonna be a fun deck here for Luke Cage. So yeah, all right, guys. Luke Cage, he's looking awesome. I'm pretty excited for him. I think I like him more than Jessica Jones here. Even though I usually love the alter ego stuff, it just looks, it's just really well designed, I feel like. Yeah, I'm liking the balance in his cards, and I feel like he's going to be very tactical, which may not feel very Luke Cagey, but yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that in the article, or the developers said like in like a teaser or something, they said that, I think it was a designer panel, where they said that they purposely made Luke Cage's kit more simple. I feel like his kit is kind of complex, right? I feel like I almost want to say it's more complex than Jessica Jones's kit. I feel like her kit is almost more simple, you know? Right? I don't know. I have the power. Once to chat to, I'm loving Luke. Yeah. Luke looks awesome. Lex says, take care. I went into his way not caring much. Now I'm actually excited. Yeah, every hero looks awesome. Yeah, dude. All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much for joining. Please like the video if you haven't already. And then, yeah, people can watch the VODs for this, which will be up like right now. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining me for Luke Cage's preview here. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Very excited for Luke Cage. And yeah, like I said earlier, I'm gonna put a pinned comment for the card count and for the little fun deck build if you guys want to try it out yourselves. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining the stream with me, and I'll see you guys all next week. We'll be doing a live stream Thursday morning next week. Yeah, Thursday morning next week. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but we'll be doing something fun. Maybe like another like tier list video or something like that. But I'm not sure what we're doing. Probably is not going to be a article, but we'll be talking about something Marvel Champions. All right, guys. See you guys all next week.